Is it history in the making for state number 1 Shelby, or will Glenville capture their 3rd state title in 4 years? The undefeated Whippets are about to make their state final debut today against a loaded Tarblooders squad back in Canton here for the 4th straight season. It is live and free state championship football from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. We've got your pregame coverage, opening kickoff on the way next.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. At Pioneer, you'll gain real-world skills, hands-on training, and college credits, all while preparing for the jobs of tomorrow. Pioneer, preparing today's students for tomorrow's opportunities. Discover your future at Pioneer.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Searching for stationery that feels personal? Make it truly inspired. From custom wedding invitations and greeting cards to business stationery and gifts, every design from Truly Inspired Paper Company is handcrafted in Ohio. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, saying thanks, or sharing everyday joy, we make it easy to create something beautiful and memorable. Visit trulyinspiredpaperco.com and make every message truly inspired.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
It's the Hamilton Insurance Group pregame show. Shelby about to make their state championship debut against a Glenville squad seeking their third title over the last 4 years. I am Brian Skowronski. Travis Berardi is my sidekick here today. And welcome everybody to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium here in sunny Canton, Ohio. A little bit chilly out there, but things are about to heat up. The two teams, when we saw the bracket at the beginning of the Division IV state playoffs that we mostly anticipated were going to be here, have checked all the boxes. They're about to meet here for a state championship, Travis, I think as most kind of assumed.
Yeah, I mean, they have 3 losses, but Glenville comes in here playing the best of the best in the state. They play pretty much a D1 schedule. They lost to last night's Division II state champion in Avon. They lost to, I think, St. Ed's as well, and another squad. They beat Massillon Washington, who Big Walnut lost, defeated in a regional championship game. So they played some good teams, but that don't matter. It's the Shelby Whippets. They're here for a reason. They have Air Force One, Brayden DeVito. They got Hard Edge, Carter Kessler. They got Brady Bowman. They have playmakers as well. This should be one heck of a Division IV state championship.
Let's tell you about the team that will be the away team here today. The #1 ranked squad in the state. They've basically held that moniker from wire to wire, making their title game appearance today. They've been playing football in Shelby since 1894, Travis, and inarguably the most dominant team in Division IV, outscoring their opponents by 519 points in just 14 games. You can do the basic math out there. In a program that had massive preseason expectations, I think they perhaps exceeded them so far up to this point in the season. When you look at what they've done so far during the tournament, only allowing 21 points. They've been at 41 or more each game so far in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they are just rolling. Like I said, Brayden DeVito, you got 3 running backs other than Mr. DeVito that have over 340 yards rushing. You have 5 receivers over 200 yards receiving as well as Mr. Brady Bowman, who is just phenomenal. The area's receiving champion. You have the area's passing champion in Devito. I know we'll talk about him more, but then the defense, so good. It's very, I guess you could say, underrated to us because we're always talking about Devito and company, but the defense, really, really solid.
Yeah, as I mentioned, they've only given up 7 points or less so far in every tournament game, allowing just 5 points per game so far during this postseason run. And oh, by the way, this is the last game of the tournament, so they have been absolutely dominant. Everybody behind this team right now, and rightfully so, including the community who sent them off in style yesterday. I'm going to show you from Shelby's gym all the way throughout town, throughout Richland County. This team supported all the way through.
section that has been there all year long for you, dressed up in some of the weirdest outfits I've ever seen. You'll be representing the story and history of Shelby football that goes back for decades. And now, gentlemen, you are writing your own chapter that will be talked about with amazement for decades to come. We're with you on that story.
So excited for this opportunity to represent this community, like the mayor talked about. We're going to go out there and represent it to the best of our ability. And I'm going to bring up Brayden here because I know that's who you want to hear from. But before I go, on the count of three, though, give me a go, Whippets. 1, 2, 3.
As you know, this is our last game no matter what. And we're so glad to make it here. We're so glad all you guys have had great turnout this whole year. Way before the state championship, this community has shown out for us, and we are so thankful. So many thank yous I could give out, but I had to give a special one to you guys. So give a round of applause to you guys again. Hey, dogs in! Dogs in! Dogs in! Go Whippets!
This community bleeds red and gray. This community is fired up about what's going to happen on tomorrow morning. And I want you to know we'll always be there for you. And we're so proud of you. You will experience a send-off like no others. There will be a long procession of flashing lights and sirens from virtually every municipality and village in this county, sending you off on this road to victory. And the streets, even on a busy weekday morning, the streets will be lined with your families and fans waving towels and honking horns and holding up signs, all in support of you, that we are behind you every step of the way.
Yeah, baby! So as you can see, the community support has been absolutely next level here, Travis. This team has been on a roll, obviously, from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But we all kind of assumed that this was going to be the case, that they were going to be here. It's one thing to have expectations. It's another one to fully live up to them. And you got to give a lot of laurels and credit and the flowers to Shelby, their community, and certainly this team and the coaching staff for showing out and doing it.
I mean, they have such a talented coaching staff. I mean, Gabe Helbert put up big numbers for Winford Conference Championships, decides, he wanted to be done head coaching, but gets brought on to Rob Mahaney's staff, and just him and Mahaney work so well. I mean, we've called Rob Mahaney the quarterback whisperer, coming from Mapleton. He had a great quarterback at Mapleton, comes over, and then just the names of the quarterbacks that Shelby's had under him, and then Gabe Helbert, Coach Amicone, everybody. This is just a phenomenal staff that, once the season ended last year, that tough loss to Ontario, they knew they had everybody coming back. They knew this could have been their chance, and they're taking advantage of it.
But they would not be here without the runner-up for Mr. Football in the state of Ohio, Mr. Brayden Devito. This guy has had a historic career. You're talking about a 4-year starter, owns 8 program records, a kid that's thrown for almost 13,000 yards. And how about averaging, since he was a freshman, 271 yards passing per game? Right. He's number 4 all-time in the state of Ohio in passing yards, number 8 all-time in passing touchdowns. This kid is absolutely electric. Cannot wait to see what he does on the game's biggest stage.
Yeah. 41 passing touchdowns, 26 rush. Think about his ability to run the ball as well. I mean, Glenville needs to have a good pass rush. They need to keep him inside the pocket. You let Mr. DeVito get outside the pocket, you're going to be in trouble, because this guy can create so many great plays, and he only finished 11 points away from being Mr. Football. His future Air Force teammate, Grady Kinsley, took that, but DeVito is just phenomenal, and one of the best kids too. Well-spoken, great interview, looks out for his teammates. He's a coach's quarterback. He's a team's quarterback, and I cannot wait to see what he can do here tonight, and I cannot wait to see what he can do at Air Force.
And you see the stats there through 14 games so far in his senior season, a kid that's going to go over 70 touchdowns in 1 year. Unbelievable numbers. Grady Kinsey, obviously a deserving Mr. Football. Probably should have won it last year, and I feel like it's kind of a career achievement award to give it to him. Brayden DeVito, far and away, had the best statistics of any player all season in Division IV, or anywhere actually in any place in the state of Ohio. But he would not be in the position he is without the likes of Brady Bowman, who set the single-season program record, receiving yards and touchdowns. He's second all-time behind his older brother Blaine in catches. He needs 13 to get there. Probably not going to do it, but quickly he is rising in the state career touchdown catches. Just a junior, and Coach Mahaney calls him a next-level player. Says that he studies film, and he just gets it.
1,607 receiving yards, 24 touchdowns. He was the area's receiving champion, and he just, I don't know what college he's going to, if he has offers or whatever, but if he's not at least a MAC football player here, he has the ability to just make so many big plays. He gets behind you on the defense. He has the speed, and he has everything it takes to be a number 1 receiver anywhere in the country.
But he's going to have to go up against the Tarblooders, who have 8 players committed to D1 colleges, 12 total offers for scholarship players to play at the next level, and they play by far the most challenging schedule in Division IV in the non-conference. You see who their 3 losses are, too. You saw Avon last night, arguably the best team in the state. You look at also St. Ed's, Hoban. I mean, those are premier programs for the state of Ohio. Shelby's good. However, they're not going to be anything that Glenville hasn't seen.
No, absolutely not. I mean, Glenville, they're here again for a reason, despite the 3 losses, because they have a Division I schedule. They played the best, but they're going to have to play their best if they want to knock off the Shelby Whippets here today, and they have quite the defensive player to do that. He is going to the Ohio State University.
One of 2 players committed to the number 1 team in the nation, and he followed up an amazing junior year with a really solid senior campaign. These are just regular season numbers. Ted Ginn did not share the final numbers that he's had so far throughout his tournament run as well, but he can cover a lot of ground, cover up a lot of mistakes. Considered the #1 linebacker prospect in Ohio. Some believe he might be the best defensive prospect, period, that the Buckeye State has to offer.
No, and he's, Northeast Lakes District Player of the Year, 112 tackles in the regular season, 21 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, 6'3", 225. He is everything that that you would want in a game wrecker, especially for the Ohio State University.
And that will put a bow here on our Hamilton Insurance Group pre-game coverage as we are all set for kickoff.
Let's go. Let us go. And we are underway. Short kickoff. It's going to be taken across the 20 to the 25 to 30. 35-yard line is where Shelby is going to get things going. A decent return there for the Whippets. It was a low-line drive. Glenville didn't want to kick it deep. They wanted to get that line drive to get their guys down there because Shelby, they also have quite the return game as well.
Gonna get to see the offensive unit here for the first time. From the 33-yard line is where the Whippets will begin. They'll come out here. Brayden Devito in the gun. They've got trips to the left side, spread out, man-to-man. No safety help over top right now for Glenville.
Yeah, we'll see what they do right away with this pass rush.
They're going to move the pocket, quick throw, and it's behind the intended target, Brady Bowman. A little bit rushed there on the pass from Devito.
Yeah, Brady a little bit further in his curl pattern than Devito wanted. And like we said, we're going to see how they do it right now with this pass rush, with Cincere coming at you. We're going to see how quick these passes are going to be from Brayden Devito, especially early on, just to get a feel of this defense.
Spread them out again from the gun, 4 wide this time, 2 each side. They'll motion in both players from the right side. That's Shepard with a block to the right side. Devito calls his own number, falls forward for a gain of 2. 3rd down long on the way here for the Whippets. Getting a little bit behind the stick, something that they do not do very often. So this is a great situation here if you're Cleveland Glenville defensively as they take out some of the beef in the middle. They bring in their nickel package, and this is a team that has plenty of team speed as we saw during the pregame warm-ups.
Yeah, and they're big up front as well.
3 down linemen here for Glenville. They'll break through. Devito nearly sacked, keeps his feet, and they'll fire downfield. Bowman takes a big hit in the back right at the sticks. That is going to be just enough for a first down. Whippets move the chains. That's just Brayden Devito being a magician in the backfield. Free blitzer comes in, almost knocks him off of his feet, and he delivers a strike. Bowman, it looks like, as well, kind of cut off the intended route, recognizing the pressure, makes a big catch, taking a huge pop.
Devito breaking away from Kalon Bailey, thought he had a big sack, but no. Devito with the arm strength gets it to his #1 receiver, first down, Whippets.
The motion in Carter Kessler on the line. They motion Michael Shepard left side. He gets in a 3-point stance. They'll do a flea flicker. Devito motions out to the right side, just going to throw this one away, defended nicely by Glenville despite the trickery, and we're going to see plenty of that here today. Gabe Helbert, he's got a lot of gadget plays, and it's helped deliver a lot of wins so far this season. Tarblooders were ready for that one.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a longer developing play than they wanted. They got the handoff, but he kind of slowed up and turned before flipping it back, and that was allowing the Tarblooders to realize what happened, and then Devito unable to get to the corner, so he just had to throw it away.
Whippets working quickly, no huddle. They'll go trips to the right side. Shepard on the end to the left. Quick throw out, and it's nearly intercepted, read nicely by Jalen Edwards. The sophomore corner came up, got a piece of it. Devito didn't get a whole lot of velocity behind that pass. It was into the slot. It's knocked down, and it's going to be 3rd down 10 coming up here for the Whippets offense.
I don't know how many of those long throws across field you're going to see today because these corners are so fast they can jump on it, and that was nearly a turnover against the Whippets, but thankfully it got knocked away, and it's 3rd and 10.
Line up Bowman in the slot to the right side. 4 receivers in. They'll motion out of the backfield. This is Travis Sloan over to the right side. Devito pressured immediately. Steps up in the pocket. Works back. Steps away initially, but then gets knocked down. The pressure comes in. Caitlin Bailey got him in the backfield. It's a sack, a loss of 6. That'll bring a 4th down. The punt unit coming on here for Coach Mahaney's bunch.
Yeah, that was just a coverage sack in the backfield by these corners of Glenville. You got, Cordell Scott, Jalen Edwards back there, Alex Smith as well, and then your safeties, Jaquan Gibson, Jordan Johnson. They just, they're allowed to play man because they are that good. And I thought DeVito at first could have taken off up the middle, but then he tried to trust his receivers a little bit too much and got sacked.
Sincere Johnson playing kind of a spy role as well as the snap is back. Michael Shepard. It's a low
bounce.
Hopping punt. It goes over the head of Jaquan Gibbs, and it's going to be a beautiful punt. Takes a fortuitous Shelby leap inside of the 5-yard line. They'll touch it down around the 4.
Yeah, that was just, it took a beautiful bounce right as it was about to reach the receiver for Glenville. Just took a nice hop about 10 feet over his head, and the Whippets able to down them inside the 5. They're going to mark it at the 4, and that is exactly what you want for the Whippets after that stalled drive. And now we're going to see if Glenville can get themselves out of some trouble here.
I think this is the real matchup to watch, the Shelby defense versus this offense. Underneath the shadow of their own goalpost, though, here to start here in Canton. Chilly morning, 22 degrees at kickoff. And they'll turn and hand it off. Arvell Nelson with the give up the middle. It's maybe a 1-yard gain. Shelby's defense and the linebackers, they swarm to the football, bringing up a 2nd and 9.
That was a nice job. Travis Sloan in his outside linebacker spot stayed in the outside, cut the running back in, and made the assisted tackle right there for him.
First carry went to Davon McDougal. He'll check out. Big senior back. They'll check in now Chris Newell Jr., 186-pound, 5'10 senior. He's the lone back in the backfield. He's got the carry, tries the left side, and he carries a tackler out across the 10. It'll be a pickup of 3. 3rd down and medium coming up for the Tarblooders.
This at least gets them into a passing situation. Now they're at the 10-yard line. We'll see. This may be the first time that the secondary, the linebackers of Shelby get tested now that the Tarblooders have a little bit more breathing room here on 3rd and short. Maybe see Kessler for the first time try and make a play in the backfield.
It's going to be a Twins look to split out far here to the near side hash. Play action. Actually, no, they hand it off. It's back in the hands of Chris Newell, and he fights forward. Going to be stopped a little bit short. 4th down coming up here. They need maybe 1 yard. Ted Ginn Jr., the coaching staff,
looks like
they're still talking about it.
Oh, I mean, they're getting positive yardage out there with the run game, but do you want to risk it right here on 4th and 1? You don't get it. Shelby will get great field position, and it looks like they're going to go for the punt. Great job by the Whippets. That punt completely changed everything for them, getting the lucky bounce, and it looks like they're going to get the ball back in great field position. You got to watch for the fake here.
Play clock melting away. It's down to 3. It was a late decision made by the Glenville coaching staff. Now it's showing 0.
And they're going to have to blow a timeout.
So it is going to be a timeout taken by the Tarblooders. And perhaps a change of heart coming up here for Glenville. Hey, guys.
Hi.
What's going on out there? Hey, beautiful to have you with us live and free. We're in Canton, of course,
yes,
up at the 7th level. Great view from the press box. Let us know where you're tuning in from here today. Want to hear from all the Shelby fans, Glenville as well, too. See that we've got a great contingent of folks all tuning in live and free on our Facebook and our main YouTube page. So drop us some comments and we get an opportunity. Timeouts, downtime. We'll jump into them. Travis, you want to look who's a couple of people that were the first to jump into the live chat?
Oh, the first. I got to scroll back a while because we have a ton of comments right now. Patrick Horn, Dorothy Oyster, Aaron Neese, Amy Sue, Melissa Heilman, just so many people. We got 457 of you watching on the Facebook, and then on YouTube, even more of you watching. 780. Gee,
wow!
Why are you listening to me? I'm kidding. That's Shelby love right there. Everybody showing out for this team.
So Glenville's going to go ahead and punt it away. It's not a very good punt. And it takes a leap back. It's going to be touchdown. I mean, maybe they're going to swap the field position about 23 yards or so. So it's going to be plus territory here for DeVito and the gang. Their second drive is going to be just 35 yards away from pay dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Flipping field. This is the chess match that you got to play in a state championship game. You can't go for it. You got to try and trust your punter, and unable to get it. Now Shelby, that one first down on the scramble. We'll see what they try to do, what adjustments they were able to make during that 3 and out on the defensive end, because the Whippets, great opportunity here. You got to score first against this Tarblooders squad. I mean, we saw last week they got out to a good lead against Indian Valley, but then Mr. Football tried to bring them back, had the lead for a moment, but then they finished things out. But if you're the team that can punch first, get that strike first, it just completely changes the complexion of this game.
Shelby's been able to jump out to lead so far in every single playoff affair. As we mentioned, they've outscored their opponents so far by over 500 points so far on the campaign. And we're in a 2-minute TV timeout right now, so we can get to some more of your guys' comments out there coming through here. Let's see who's chiming in over on the Facebook. I want to say what's up to Stephanie Fackler cheering on from Bucyrus. Judy McReynolds is in Shelby today. Michelle is tuning in from Mansfield. How about Destin, Florida, by way of the Winford Royals? What up to Brian Glowowski? Hey, what's up, my long-lost cousin? How you doing, Brian? The man, the myth, the legend, of course. Great sponsor of ours. Alfred Bell, working with Bellevue. Cassandra from Mansfield. Savannah's just cheering on the Whippets, a former cheerleader as well, watching from Ashland. Melissa saying hello from New London. Happy to have Melissa with us. Brian's in Sandusky. Gage is in Willard. And then Walnut Cove, Carolina for Teresa. A lot of comments coming in right now. I can't even keep up. We've got a Plymouth alum. Mount Gilead is tuning in today. Lucas as well. Ontario represented in the comments section. And everybody, I got to assume, wanting to see the first state championship come back to Richland County. We saw 2 teams get here back in 2019 with Lucas and Mansfield Senior. Plenty of Shelby folk were out cheering on both of them. Now it's a bit of a role reversal with the Whippets here, and now they've got the football. They've got a 1st and 10 and looking to strike first against one of the behemoth programs in D4. 4th straight trip to Canton here for the Tarblooders.
Also, one quick shout-out, Shim, watching from San Francisco, rooting on the Whippets.
Let's go.
Coast to coast here.
Pretty
today
early
out
there. It would be a nice San Francisco treat for them.
Little breakfast, little ham and eggs, sausage, pancakes, whatever like you had.
I had sausage, eggs on a waffle today. The new Duchess shop opened up on the way off of Route 38. My boy Duce tuning in from Tampa, Florida. I thought he said that he's got a layover. He's going to like Canada or something. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
false start here on Shelby. Actually, they're pointing the other direction.
It's going to be on Shelby. That's going to be on
it's Colton Sexton, the right tackle. He was trying to point the other way at Kalen Bailey. Thought that he might have jumped in the neutral zone, but nah.
It was on a Tarblooders shift. The line shifted from left to right and forced the jump. Because if it's a left and right shift, it's not going to be called neutral zone infraction. If it's the forward motion that will, if you jump on, that's what will get them. So Shelby's going to be backed up 5 yards.
They'll do so 4 wide, 2 each side. DeVito back from the gun. 8 right now in the box. It'll be play action. Clean pocket, and it's behind the intended target. He had Avery Lambert open over the middle, and very uncharacteristic of Brayden Devito so far. Of his 4 passing attempts, 3 have been pretty shaky.
Yeah, I mean, that's that pass rush. I mean, these are some big guys up front for, for Glenville. I mean, you got 6'3", 230, 6'1", 230 on the ends. Linebackers are 228. I mean, you got that coming at you. It's going to, maybe rattle you a little bit, but we know Brayden as the game goes on. He just gets more composed.
Big heat coming here on a 2nd down. DeVito has to escape the pocket. Rolls over the middle. He's got a completion. It's Lambert. He lunges forward, gets the penalty yardage back, most of it anyways, back to the original line of scrimmage, but it will be third down. They'll need 10.5. You're thinking probably four-down territory, though, at this spot on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. It's four-down territory. At least get back towards the sticks. Devito making plays there. He had a huge rush on him. Once again, it was Bailey coming at him. He was able to avoid him and get the crossing pattern to make up a 3rd and 11. Get at least 5 or 6 yards here to make you comfortable on 4th.
They'll split out Gavin Miller. He's the lone receiver left side. Shepard, the tight end. Brady Bowman comes in motion. He'll leak back out to the right side. A big hit on him by Cincere Johnson. Now he'll flip it that way. Bowman gets absolutely tattooed. Cannot make the catch. Jalen Edwards, the sophomore, comes up, delivers the hit, and it's 4th down. And as mentioned, from the 35, Shelby's offense, wow, actually, they're going to send out the punt unit. I am stunned.
Trying to pin him back once again, but it looked like at first Devito was going to take off and run, but you had 2 linebackers coming right at him, and he went for the quick throw to Bowman, but it was a little bit high of Bowman, and Bowman got licked. So now we'll see if they can pin him back once again. Interesting call here, but hey, like I said, chess moves by the Whippets. Michael Shepard back to try and punt it once again.
DeVito now 2 of 7 passing on the afternoon, 13 yards, and it's going to be a fake. Michael Shepard rolling and loses his footing. He fumbles up for grabs, and Shelby has recovered it. Glenville never had possession, though, so it should be Tarblooders football from the 33-yard line. It will be, and they'll have their second chance here with the ball. And I knew that they were going to probably have a little bit of trickery there, Travis, but wouldn't you want Mr. Football runner-up who's got 70 touchdowns just to have the ball in his hands there?
That might have been a play where Shepard, you're going to punt this away if nothing's there. He kind of started running off, and he got in between and didn't know what to do. So I think I saw him talking to Coach Mahaney on the sideline. Maybe that was not what they wanted, but it is what the Tarblooders wanted.
Shepard brings some heat left side. He's going to have the tackle here. It's a 1st down carry. Tarblooders have kept it on the ground so far, have yet to put it up in the sky, and it's London Hearn, the first carry for the junior today, and he gets drugged down, maybe a half-yard gain.
Yeah, this is a team that they don't give up a lot of rushing yards. Defensively, they've only given up 1,122 rushing yards this season, 10 touchdowns. They have forced 13 fumbles as well, so only 80 yards per game. This is a Tarblooders squad that, hey, they're going to try and wear you down with this big front, but if Shelby can just keep holding on, they could be in good shape.
It's going to be a play action, trying to evade some pressure. Arvell Nelson, and he's able to. He escapes. Really athletic play to get to the perimeter. Takes off for a gain of 2. 3rd down on the way. They'll need the 44-yard line to pick it up. Ball right now spotted at the 37.
Yeah, good job by the pass rush. He was looking like he was going to get a quick throw, but Shelby was right there. So he tried to get out of it, tried rolling to his left, but again, that line of Shelby rolled with him, forced him out of bounds. No big play yet. Now it forces another big 3rd and long.
Lone high safety will be Bowman right now. It's going to be a quick snap. Newell pitches, and it's going to be caught. Here's Hearn to the outside, and the ball is loose. It's on the ground. Whippets are on it. Landon Fultz able to recover. Right on the sideline. No signal yet.
I thought I saw one referee say, no, they're going to say 4th down.
Well, if it's out of bounds, that's enough for a 1st down. They do have review at the state championship level. They'll be able to see if Fultz indeed maintained possession before he goes out of bounds. I have a look at the replay right now. It's definitely a fumble. It is out. Landon Fultz slides on top of it. I think they're going to,
But also it's short of the sticks where he picks it up as well. He lands on it right there. He has possession. That's going to be
I think it is.
Rolls.
But it comes loose.
Unless that's his. Does he have one of those? Referee's going to review this, but does he have one of those pockets in there? I don't know if that was the football or if he had like a pocket there, but we'll see. They're going to review it. We did have a review last night that got upheld on an interception, and these. I'm at least happy that they're able to do review here.
So they are going to take a look at this. Rob Mahaney was out on the field, and he was asking them to please take a look. So I think it's just a booth review no matter what.
Yes,
the coach doesn't have a challenge per se, correct?
No. This is turnovers, touchdowns. It's just like the NFL on non-challenge reviews. So that's the good thing about having Spectrum here is they're able to review things like that, and we'll see. Shelby, it's going to be 4th down and, 4th for Glenville if they don't get it. But if they can get this turnover, like I just said, they forced 13 fumbles. Maybe 14 could be the big one for them here. You saw the offense started getting going. The receivers were at least getting open. If they can get back on track, this could be a huge turnaround for the Whippets here. With 5:10 left in this opening quarter.
We obviously cannot show you any video from this, but we can demonstrate.
Yes.
So Landon Foltz dives on it. He has possession as he's sliding out of bounds, but then the ball wiggles free, and it's on his belly when he's actually on the chalk. So if they determine that that was long enough to have the football in his hands, it's going to be Whippet ball,
Nope,
and they say no.
No, so that
4th down.
means it will be 4th down, and I believe it's still going to be a punt, I think. So Shelby doing their job and getting that ball. It looks like they're going to get the ball back here 1st and 10 after the punt. We'll see. It's still not enough. I don't think they'll go for the fake. They're not. Punt is away.
It's a very high punt, and sliding to make the fair catch is Bowman. That'll be taken at the 32-yard line. So Shelby gets the football back. Their defense holds up, and they will have a 1st and 10 coming up. So far, just 1 first down for a Whippets offense that has been record-setting so far this season. Mr. Football runner-up, Brayden Devito. Not his best start. 2 of 7 so far, 13 yards and a passer rating of 39.6. But you can see that they are basically just lining up zero coverage. They are letting the perimeter players go man-to-man right now with these Shelby weapons, Trav.
Yeah. And they're doing a pretty darn good job. You're seeing some short passes, but they've been successful.
This time they'll go play action. DeVito to the outside. He's got some room, and he overthrows the target again. Had Carter Kessler wide open, nearly intercepted as he floated it over the top of the West Virginia commit, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
I think we have a timeout for an injured player as well on the sideline from Glenville. But, yeah, he's rolling out. Again, I'm surprised he hasn't taken off yet the run. There's a couple opportunities to get a few yards out of it, but I think he's just trying to get his passing game going. I think he may be forcing a little bit. I mean, this is the state championship game. This is a new level for the Whippets and for Mr. DeVito and company, and you just got to calm down. Maybe, hopefully, the Tarblooders player on the sideline is all right, but this may be a good opportunity for them to just calm down, go over, talk to the coaches, Coach Helbert, Coach Mahaney, and get something set up, because some things are here. I'm sorry, I didn't see we were back on here. I was just focused on the game, Brian, but just that, just calm down. It's okay. It's just another game. You've seen the defense has been really solid so far here today. Let's get the offense going. Shelby, just calm down. Still 4:50 to play in the first quarter. Even if you have to go a couple of those quick slants, quick passes like that, but just let's get the pass game going. They haven't even tried to run yet. I don't blame them because of this big defensive line against them, but maybe try a couple little run plays there too. Try to mix things up and get yourself back into rhythm.
Injured player on the field was Aaron Scales. He's been helped over to the sideline. And we'll be back to action here momentarily. Shelby with a 2nd down and 10 after the 6th incompletion in 8 attempts so far for Brayden DeVito. He's had some openings and some windows, but great pressure up front. Glenville's only brought a blitz one time in a true passing situation, so they've been able to garner some heat without sending extra pass rushers. They'll line up with 4 here. And it's going to be DeVito calling his own number, and here he goes. DeVito to the right side. It's a great run. He's right near the chains. I think maybe a little bit short. It'll be 3rd down in inches, but that was a great play call, and that's where Brayden has really been special this year.
Now they are going to call it a 1st down, but yes, exactly, get that going. They're going to move the sticks, so give them a second to do that. And actually they won't. And they got the Tarblooders to jump. So a last-second call by the referee to say, hey, it was enough for the 1st down. Shelby still right back up to the ball. The referees let him go. Hard count, and they got Bailey the jump from the side. So now it's 1st and 5, exactly what you need to do. And like I said, that little mini timeout might have gotten Shelby back in the rhythm.
So a big penalty here against the Tarblooders because it allows for the momentum to continue to roll here for the Whippets. Going without a huddle yet again. Lone back is Sloan. He's sidecar right. Devito in the gun. 3 receivers to his left. Looking that way as he takes the snap. Now he'll run right side, and he'll be dropped. Hit basically at the line of scrimmage. Elijah Harding got to him, and he was able to flow forward for at least a pickup of 1, maybe 1.5 yards.
Yeah, I'm fine with that play call going at it again because you're at 1st and 5, the penalty. So even after that, it feels like you just got to run on 6 on 1st down. 2nd and short, you can open up the playbook, do many things here on 2nd and short around midfield.
DeVito with 4 carries, officially 6 yards so far. 2nd down short. Glenville showing heat. They will bring it. DeVito's going to get clobbered. Kalen Bailey meets him right at the 39-yard line. They'll officially mark him at the 40. He's tough. He pops right up. Unblocked off the edge. Not sure if that was by design to try to get something available on the perimeter, but no opportunity for DeVito to get it off as he just gets clubbed there by the junior 230-pounder.
Looked like he was going for the double move with Bowman, but they were going with that blitz on that end, and he came in untouched, unfazed by the ball fake, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 12 here as we go under 3.5 minutes left here in this opening quarter.
See what Shelby rolls out. They'll have 4 receivers. They'll keep Shepard in the backfield. Actually, Shepard's going to be in at QB. DeVito shaken up.
Oh.
And he's going to overthrow. It's picked off. Jaquan Gibson takes it from his safety spot. He's got the INT at about the 33-yard line. And DeVito shaking off Mahaney. He's going to step back into the competition and play some defense. But he's out for 1 play, and it's a first turnover.
Yeah, almost like a punt, an air punt there by the Whippets. But interesting there that DeVito got dinged up a little bit. I don't know, maybe his helmet came off. The referees had to pull him off for a play. But seeing him come back in is a good sign. Not a good sign turning the ball over here. Back on the 40. I think the umpires, the referees, did he step out of bounds? Is that what they're talking about, trying to see where the ball is placed? I don't know.
It was a clear interception. He was able to establish a couple of feet, but on the return, they're going to be a late flag that comes in. They're going to say it's holding. It'll be 1st down Tarblooders. We'll see exactly where they spot this thing. But Michael Shepard, the junior, comes in. He throws 1 pass. He was looking Bowman's direction. It's overthrown.
It was a hold against the Tarblooders. So it moves Shelby 10 yards. Now they're faced with a 3rd and 2, so they get a big break there instead.
What a change. So 3rd down now. Shelby gets the football back. A little bit of confusion out there, so it was holding before the pass. And now DeVito's back in there. He spins his way for a Whippet 1st down.
Hey, if the passing game ain't there yet, use your feet. DeVito, 133 carries, 1,245 yards, 26 touchdowns coming into this. He averages 88.9 yards per game. If the pass game isn't there early, use your feet. And that is what he has done on this possession and 2 first downs because of it. This is the best drive Shelby's had so far in this game.
Everything seemingly changed now with Shelby, the beneficiary of that holding penalty in the secondary. So they've got the football back. They've got new life. Number 2 back out there at the controls. He'll take the snap here on a 1st down 10. They'll hand it off. Travis Sloan right side. Maybe a half-yard loss. Just nowhere to go. The big boys up front for the Tarblooders. Travis has detailed it.
Yes.
It's really hard to try to get anything going in the A-gaps, even the Bs. You almost have to try to run to the edge. Nothing doing right there for the Whippets.
No, yeah. I mean, they're led by Jameer Perez, a 2-way lineman, another Ohio State commit, 10 tackles for loss, 6 sacks in 5 games at D tackle.
Yeah.
It's just guys like that just, make things tough for a run game. However, Whippets in their territory right now.
Facing a 2nd down, the motion, Bowman out left side, spinning that way. A lot of pressure in DeVito's face. He lets one ride deep, was looking for Shepard. It's going to go out of bounds. Aaron Scales there was on the coverage. And that is going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 here for the Shelby offense. Ball on the plus side of the field at the 46.
Yeah, they brought the house that time. And again, Devito at least able to get away and throw it over the head of Shepard to set up 3rd down. But 1 sack on that jailhouse blitz as Devito was going to that side. But other than that, he's been able to be elusive enough to keep Shelby in it in decent territory, but they do face a 3rd and 11.
Glenville showing 7 men in the box. Everybody pressed up in coverage as well. They'll show some motion. Now DeVito, he wants it all. Going up top for Bowman. Almost made a one-handed grab. Instead, it falls to the turf. Jalen Edwards there on the coverage. 4th down coming up for Shelby. Nearly a gorgeous play. Brady Bowman was able to hold off the defender, tried to make the one-handed grab with the left hand. We're looking at the replay right now on the big screen. Almost a huge game-changing play. Would have brought him inside the 10.
Yeah, that would have been that was the exact ball that DeVito needed to throw there with the close guarding by the defender, by Edwards, but Bowman just maybe a half foot away from making a beautiful catch there. They'll have to punt, though.
The snap is back to Michael Shepard, and he'll angle this toward the sideline, far side of the field, a couple hops, and this is going to be taken on the return back from inside the 10. Some blockers are starting to formulate. Big hole to the outside now, Jaquan Gibson getting loose. He's now at the 40 of Shelby, keeps his feet running inside the 20, and he's going to take this the distance, 90 yards as he lunges towards the end zone. Count it. Tarblooders on the board first.
Wow. This was just... It was a line drive punt to the right side. It was exactly what Shelby wanted to do, but a couple missed tackles early on allowed him to get off to the right side and off to the races. And the Tarblooders, I mean, we're looking at the replay right now, is just down the sideline. 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. And then he was able to, he even tripped. Big not blindside, but big decleater block as well, opened him up, and then he was able to do the rest.
The sophomore by far with the biggest play here of the early morning session. 3 Whippets had an opportunity to get him. He almost lost his feet, tumbled to the turf on 2 different occasions, but right now he has got the fans from Cleveland up on their feet. Loving life here in Canton with a $1.19 to play here in the opening quarter. Shelby thought they were going to have him pinned back deep, and it's special teams that accounts for the first points here of the day.
Yeah, when the offense wasn't doing anything for Glenville in this first quarter, go to the special teams as the extra point is up and true.
7-0 Glenville on the board first. 90-yard return for Jaquan Gibson. We'll see if Shelby can answer back when we return.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Whoa. We just watched the replay again.
Yeah.
That was a crazy return.
Yeah. 2 Shelby Whippets ran into each other. Wasn't a block. Couple missed tackles, a near trip. And Glenville, despite nothing on offense, leading 7-0 as they will kick it away here to start. And it's going to be a decent return across the 30. Here's a chance off the right side down to the 35, the 40 to 45-yard line. And the Whippets, great answer is Bryce Sampsell is able to get a good return.
I want to talk to Sampsell. Takes him out to the 45-yard line. Special teams matching fire with fire. Big return right there to get the Whippets set up with fabulous field position. But the Tarblooders defense so far, they've kind of been the biggest story, I think, so far up to this point. 10, almost 11 minutes in outside of the special teams play, because they're just lining up and they're just saying athlete for athlete, we got you at pretty much every position, and Shelby's not winning a lot of those battles as of yet.
Total yards right now, 16-16. Time of possession, though, all in favor of Shelby. They just haven't been able to do too much. But, again, good starting position.
They're going to hand it off here on a first down run. It's going to be Gavin Baker. And he meets his fate, knocked down almost immediately by Perez. Big fella, about 320 pounds is what he's listed at. It's going to go for a 1-yard loss.
Got to think Ryan Day watching this game right now going, ooh, that guy's coming to me? All right.
They have got a ton of beef in the middle, but none bigger than that triple patty, number 73, making the stop there in the backfield. And just probably one more play to go here in this opening quarter. 2nd down and 11 coming up for the Whippets.
They got to hurry. They're down to 7 seconds on the play clock. Mahaney might have to take a timeout here. And they
down
won't.
to 1. Yeah, they're going to snap it here. DeVito to the right side. He's got some speed, but you match speed with speed. Gets met by Jordan Johnson. Comes up, delivers a blow. Gang tackled there, and it's maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Shelby's going to be facing a 3rd and long coming up with the first play of the second quarter with the first 12 minutes in the books. And right now, the biggest play that we have. How about that? Special teams return. The touchdown by Jaquan Gibson is the difference. We'll be back, Tom Benson Stadium, for your second quarter action.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
You're enjoying live and free coverage of the state championship game, Division 4 style. Glenville versus number 1 Shelby. You're enjoying it thanks to contributions from Hamilton Insurance Group, an award-winning insurance group serving Mansfield and Gahanna. Request a free auto, homeowners, commercial, or life insurance quote online at the link down in the description. Our scoreboard sponsor, all tournament run for the Whippets, Simonson Construction. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, where they help you choose effective vitamins and supplements. They can even prepare custom meds for you as prescribed by your healthcare provider or even your veterinarian. So it's for the animals too, gang. Talk to Dr. Stephanie down on West 4th Street in Ontario. She will get you all straightened out. Your player of the game presented by ArcelorMittal. Smarter stills for people and planet. They are hiring now. They've got competitive wages and benefits. Visit ArcelorMittal-OH.com and click careers for more deets. Shelby Mutual Insurance Agency, providing insurance for all of your needs. Contact them right now. What are you waiting for? It's Friday afternoon. Probably nobody's there. They're probably all here at the game, but leave a message. Let them know that you need an auto, home, life, or business insurance quote. This morning's broadcast also presented by our friends at Buckeye Horizon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your local trained comfort specialists, and truly inspired. Here come the holidays, folks. Shop our 2025 holiday collection online at trulyinspiredpaperco.com. And Pioneer Career and Technology Center, preparing students for college, careers, and the jobs of tomorrow. Second quarter only about 45 seconds away. We'll see you guys in about 15.
Back here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, where the Whippets trying to get something going offensively. The lone score, a 92-yard Gibson punt return touchdown for Glenville. I'm Travis Berardi, Brian Skowronski here as well.
Hey.
Let's start the second quarter.
Whippets with the football. Nothing's been going their way offensively as DeVito's going to air one out. He's got Bowman. He gets blasted, but he hangs on. What a grab. A flag comes in. This is going to be an extra 15 yards on the leg from Jordan Johnson. Gorgeous throw on the money, but Brady Bowman cannot seem to get to his feet.
He's in a crouch right now. Now he's laying back down. That's not a good sign, but yeah, leading with your helmet right into the chest of Brady Bowman, looking for the big hit. But Whippets, however, with the penalty, are going to be in the red zone here, looking to immediately answer the punt return touchdown for Glenville. But we're going to have a bit of a break here. It's the call. It's personal foul against Glenville. So, yeah, that's going to add 15 yards on to the completion. But, hey, the first big play of the day, now we just got to hope that Brady Bowman just got the wind knocked out of him. He's back up on his feet, and he's walking it off because he is a stud. He is a stud wide receiver. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. But what a job by him to maintain possession. He made the catch, got hold of it, and then got crushed. Still held on, get the penalty yards. The Whippets can answer right here, right now.
Showing you guys a little bit of a look at the Shelby sideline and all the fans that are here in attendance today at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Just a packed house so far over on the visitor side, and you're hoping off of that sideline that number 12 can get back to action here. Brady Bowman, biggest play so far for Shelby. They have not marked off the penalty yardage yet. They are about to, and with half the distance to the goal, should have them inside of the red zone, Trav.
Yeah. And I was just seeing what the referee was saying, if it was a targeting or anything like that. But no, it's just a 15-yard penalty, but it will put the Whippets into the red zone for the first time today. They got 1st and 10 from the 18, and I don't see Mr. Bowman getting checked up or anything. Maybe it was just got the wind knocked out of him, but great chance here for the Whippets to tie this up.
They're going to start in the gun, of course. That's where Devito does all of his work, and he's going to run it right side all the way.
Reverse.
Actually, it's a whoa, what a play! Shelby going to take it into the end zone. Luke Blevins, the magician that is Devito. A Chris Angel reappearing trick into the hands of the freshman, and he takes it in. Whippets on the board here at Canton.
The Helbert special. You got the big play off the catch, a little bit of the timeout. Helbert, Mahaney getting the play. Everybody was looking at DeVito, and DeVito just a little whoop, hand back, reverse, pay dirt. Whippets down 1.
I couldn't even see it from our vantage point up here in the booth, and neither did any of the Glenville defenders. Took everybody off guard. He was untouched all the way down until he had to go airborne over the pylon, and looking at the replay, he's in there. At least hit the pylon after the big lick laid by Jalen Edwards. They're going to review it, though, Travis.
Nonetheless, you got 1st and goal at the goal line if you don't get it. But what a beautiful play call. We were talking about, Coach Helbert, such a successful coach at Winford High School, all the, the conference championships in the Northern 10. Wanted to take a break. He's a very good, related, right, to Coach Amicone? Either that or best friends, one of the two. Somebody in the comment section will help me out. But Coach Amicone said, hey, do you want to come over here and be an offensive coordinator? Met with Coach Mahaney, him and his father actually on the squad as well. And Coach Mahaney said this could be a very good thing. And, I mean, it's plays like that really – and the review saying that he was out at the 1-yard line. So the Whippets take the touchdown off for the moment, but they got 1st and goal at the 1.
Yeah, from the 1-yard line, and you were seeing Coach Helbert there. What an addition, of course, to the staff. Great run that he had when he was at Winford. An assistant to Travis Moyer, then took over the head coaching job. A lot of N10 championships there. And with the trickeration, they are now set up inside of the 1-yard line, but they're going to have to burn a timeout here as they had only 10 guys out on the field. Landon Foltz late to get out there, and it is the first charge timeout here to Shelby with 11:43 showing here on the clock. What a huge play, and the momentum
two huge plays
seems to have shifted a bit with a very pro-Whippet crowd here. Now the home side, there's a lot more seats. However, they're almost all empty here. Not many people made the short drive from Cleveland to represent Glenville here today, whereas on the flip side, I mean, Shelby, hopefully someone remembered to lock up when they left. The marching band here under Casey McCall as well. They're going to get to perform at halftime. It's just a great scene all the way across the board. And the send-off yesterday, too, was awesome, Travis. I was glad that I got to be a part of that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was up here for the D2 game, but we had to get down there because you and I experienced the Final Four basketball send-off 2 years ago, and that was great. This was just as great. And, having Brayden DeVito, get on the mic and lead once again like he did before the Final Four, just such a great kid. And you got to think maybe, this is just going to be a snap in the shotgun, a run up the gut, and a touchdown here, hopefully for the Whippets. But you got to take advantage. You've 2 big plays back-to-back to get you at the 1-yard line. You cannot let this slip up at this moment. This is a big opportunity to get momentum right back after Glenville, their lone touchdown coming on a punt return. They only have 16 yards of offense in that first quarter. The Whippet defensive line and linebacking core really causing problems against the run game. This is a Glenville team that they love the run. They can get the pass game going a little bit, but they focus on that run because of the speed that they have. And Shelby's been doing a great job on that. So if they can get into the end zone here, tie things up, it completely flips this game back on its head.
Defense has been the name of the game so far here for the Whippets, as Travis just detailed. They have really been holding up their end of the bargain now after the great trickery gets them down inside of the 1-yard line. Definitely need to capitalize here, but there's no other man that needs to touch the football than old number 2, Air Force One, as you like to call him, Brayden DeVito. He is the all-time leading touchdown rusher in the history of the program. I think that he can lunge in there for a 1-yard gain, and then if you tack on the PAT, we are all square and still basically 3 full quarters to go here.
Hopefully we are Nostradamus and we can predict what's about to happen here, but you have to take advantage of this. I don't think in this game there's going to be many chances for teams to score. So you have to take advantage for something like this right here, as both teams will get back out on the field and we'll have 1st and goal for the Whippets. That's a great thing, though. They have 4 chances from the 1-yard line. Cannot take a penalty, cannot take a loss, though, on this play.
Big, heavy formation in for Shelby from the gun is DeVito. He'll bring Shepard in motion. He actually goes under center. Michael Shepard. Now he'll shift a man out to the right, taking his time, and now it's going to be the tush-push. Shepard, no call yet, but he's in there. Whippets tie it up. They will with the PAT anyways. They at least match the touchdown off of the special teams play as they send Shepard under center, and Michael, the junior, able to get in there.
I love the call. We just said, give it to DeVito. That's what the Tarblooders were thinking. He gets under center. He uses his muscle. He gets into the end zone, and it's a 1-point game, barring this extra point. For Shepard, that is his first rushing touchdown of the year, so you didn't think it was coming on. He had 6 carries for 32 yards on the season. Make that 7 for 33 and a state championship touchdown. Great answer by the Whippets here.
Looking to add on the PAT. The snap is good. The hold is down. It is up. It is pure. And it is 7-7 here at Canton. We will step aside. Only 21 seconds here into the second quarter. And we have got a square ball game, folks. We'll be right back at Hall of Fame Stadium.
Searching for stationery that feels personal? Make it truly inspired. From custom wedding invitations and greeting cards to business stationery and gifts, every design from Truly Inspired Paper Company is handcrafted in Ohio. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, saying thanks, or sharing everyday joy, we make it easy to create something beautiful and memorable. Visit trulyinspiredpaperco.com and make every message true.
Back in Canton, the Whippets just strike. However, they're going to kick it out of bounds here. And
might be a smart play.
Yeah, with the special teams doing what they just did. Accounting for the only points so far for the Tarblooders.
Can I give a quick shout out on that touchdown play, on that tush push? Quentin Albert
Big
kind of
dog.
moved back behind Shepard and gave him that nudge to get into the end zone, and that helped them get on the board 7-7. I did look over on the sideline. I do see Brady Bowman just standing up with his teammates over there, so hopefully, and now he's out on the field. So just hoping that was just got the wind knocked out of him, but he's back playing at safety now as it's a big defensive stand here, hopefully, for the Whippets with 11:39 left in the half. Good field position, though, for the Tarblooders.
Yeah, best of the game so far here for Glenville. And they will hand it off, gaping hole right side, and it's going to be their best offensive play yet. Romel Phillips, they've had multiple ball carriers in there. 4th running back that they've featured so far, and he's able to burst for a gain of 8 on the right side.
Yeah, it was a good job on the right side to cut out the defensive end, allowed him to get around the corner and get 8 yards. Like you said, the largest play. It was half. That's half of their first down their first quarter yardage right there in one play.
2 wide here, 2nd down, full backfield. It's the same play, opposite side though this time, and Phillips able to charge forward. He picks up a couple. They will move the sticks, and Glenville now to the Shelby 45-yard line.
Yep, this is Glenville football there. Get a chunk play on 1st or 2nd down, and then just run it right up the gut to get your yardage for the 1st down. And for the first time today for them offensively into Shelby territory.
Glenville breaks the huddle. They keep Phillips in as the featured back, though they've got a lot of beef back there. Along with the quarterback Newell, they'll have 3 featured backs. 2 receivers split out each side. Saffold to the top. On the near side, it's Sadler, and that's who is going to make the catch here. The D1 commit, forced out of bounds by Devito, but the first completion of the day here for Glenville goes for a pickup of 8.
Yeah, Shelby brought some pressure that time, but it was a quick little out and gave it to your playmaker who gets you another nice chunk yardage on 1st down. Another 8-yard gain. Back-to-back 1st down gains of 8 for the Tarblooders.
Starting to find a little bit of momentum here. Sadler committed to play at Bowling Green State here in the future. He'll be split out left side. They take the snap. It's Phillips again. He makes a cutback against the grain. Phillips with the stiff arm out to the perimeter. 20, 10, and he's forced out of bounds at around the 8-yard line. Huge run inside of the Whippets 7, and that was all set up. Big time blocking up front, and he was able to stretch it out to the perimeter, showcasing the speed, and then a nice stiff arm on Brady Bowman, who eventually got back in the play and actually forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, but that was number 79. Carmelo Williams actually cut out the lineman there and opened up that hole, and it was a great bounce back run as well, as he was supposed to go to the left, cut back to the right, saw that big hole, and got the 1st down yardage.
They have found something with Phillips on this drive. 3 carries, 42 yards. He's over on the sideline here as they'll hand it off. Chris Newell Jr. bursts into the end zone, but a penalty flag is down on the field. We'll have to see if this is against Glenville.
It's in a spot where you usually see holding, and yes, that is exactly what it's going to be. Holding on Glenville. That's going to back them up 10 yards. It was 1st and goal from the 6. It'll be 1st and goal now from the 16. And a little bit of a break here for Shelby.
Another Bowling Green State commits. The points come off the board, though, as he entered the end zone. They'll back up, and this will make things a bit more challenging as the Whippets a really strong, sturdy defense inside of the red zone so far this season. And the Tarblooders now backed up around the 16-yard line.
Yeah, just looked at the replay, and yeah, it was a Whippet defender tried to turn to go after the running back, and the lineman would just not let him go. Easy holding call there, and we'll see now. Still 1st and goal from the 16. Do they just keep running the ball? They've been very successful on this drive.
Shelby with 4 down linemen, Shepard on one side, Kessler the other. They're going to bring some heat right side, play action over the middle. It's a little undercooked. Bowman with the hit and lodges it free from Joseph Saffold. It's going to be incomplete. 2nd and long coming up.
Yeah, that's the only place you could throw it. He was in triple coverage, tried to tuck it inside. Bit of a low throw, though, unable to take it off the carpet. And like you said, Bowman actually was right there to make contact after he touched the ball. Beautiful coverage by Brady Bowman, and it's showing that he's quite all right after that big hit on offense.
Saffold as well committed to play for the Bowling Green State Falcons at the next level. 3 players, 3 seniors will all be joining each other from Glenville up in Bowling Green next season as they break the huddle 4 wide. They actually spread them out this time, and they'll throw it, and it's going to be underthrown, hit the turf, skipped into the hands here of Elijah Harden. Incomplete again, back-to-back incompletions.
I don't know why they've gone away from the run. You had 42 yards on 3 carries. You go with 2 passes that are short, and now you're set up with 3rd and goal from the 16. And really, do you now try a draw play to get you set up for a field goal, or do you just try to pass again? The pass has not been there yet for the Tarblooders. Very interesting play calling we've seen here the last 2 plays.
They'll be facing a 3rd and long. They got to get in the end zone. No first down can be picked up. From the 16-yard line, Whippet Nation up on their feet. Those rally towels going every which way, and it's going to force a timeout. Miscommunication error down on the field as they broke the huddle a little bit late. And it'll be the second charge timeout here to Glenville.
That was just, little confusion there. That holding penalty, so huge. It could kill a drive like that. Even though you're going 42 yards, your 1st and goal from the 6, that holding penalty just completely throws you off script. They had a couple run plays set up. They were in the end zone, but the holding brings them back, makes you think a little bit. And I think Glenville overthought at least those first 2 plays because short incompletions. Now it's setting you up with 3rd and 16 where it almost takes you out of a running play as well, unless you're just trying to get points out of it. But this is a Glenville team. They want 7. You got to think at least on first down, see how much you get. If you get 8, 9 yards out of it, you're set up with 2nd and goal around where you were. But they went with 2 pass plays, did not work. Shelby, a very underrated secondary, and they've shown out today where Glenville really hasn't passed yet until now, and it's not working.
Shelby was allowing 14 yards per clip on each running attempt so far on this drive. Looks like a passing situation here with trips to the near side. Lone man in the backfield, Chris Newell Jr. Back to pass is Nelson. He steps up, throws to the zone to Devito.
What a play.
Sky high, got a piece of it. Paulie Sadler was open in the end zone. It doesn't get there as the Air Force commit goes up to the 3rd story and gets a piece of it. What a play.
Trailing back, just gets his fingertips on it. I don't call him Air Force One for nothing. The guy can get up in the air, and he just made a game-changing play because he was wide open in the end zone. There wasn't anybody around Sadler, but Devito, with that speed, able to knock it down. Now it's a field goal attempt from the right hash. Not the easiest of field goal attempts either. This is going to be a 34-yarder.
Anir Lemon, the kicker. He's out. The snap is good. It is down. He's got the distance. Is it through? It is. So the Tarblooders take the lead back. They'll add on 3. Good-looking field goal. Booted through by Anir Lemon.
But they were facing 1st and goal from the 6, and the Whippets holding them to a field goal. Hey, that's a great win for the Whippets after the running attack from Glenville was just eating them up in that possession. But like I said, penalties can really kill you when it comes into those situations. They're able to get the 3 off of it, but now Shelby can take the lead with the touchdown here on this possession instead of what you were thinking, they may score here, we just have to get back into it. Now a little bit of momentum. You saw the Shelby sideline. You saw if people are watching or if they're here listening, Coach Mahaney really pumped up coming off the sideline there to his defense after that field goal made. Said, hey, we just held them to 3 after they had 1st and goal from the 6. That is a win for the Whippets.
There's Rob Mahaney. Now in his 6th season with Shelby, all he's done is win since he has arrived here at the program. And of course, the first state championship appearance for Shelby here today. They've been playing since the 1800s, folks. One of the longest running football programs in the state of Ohio. And this takes an unfriendly hop here for the Whippets. Left hand knocks it down at the goal line for Caden Paz. And he is going to get eaten alive at the 13-yard line. The junior protecting it from going into the end zone. He couldn't make a clean catch, Travis, and it's going to be rough starting field position here for Shelby.
Yeah, it was just a tough play. It's kind of like that punt against Glenville earlier on when it took a bounce over. It was just one of those rolling liners. You didn't know if it was going to have enough steam to get into the end zone for a touchback, so he had to play it, mishandled it, and instead of getting out to about the 25, he's only out to the 13-yard line. Now we got to see, can Shelby move on the momentum offensively that they had in the last possession?
Here's Devito. They'll move the pocket. He'll throw it sidearm to Bowman, in and out of the hands. Cold temperatures here this morning.
Very cold.
For this Division IV state championship game. It certainly affects a lot of the play design out there so far, but for Brayden Devito, this is the most off target that he's probably been maybe in his entire career. 3 of 12 passing now.
That one, a drop. It was right on target, but still, yeah, it would have been 4 of 12 nonetheless. Just a slow start, but he did make a good pass. The incompletion 2 possessions ago to Bowman down the sideline, that was a good thrown ball, and then the one he did complete to Bowman. So he's starting to get back on track. Still a lot of time, though.
He'll call his own number this time. Oh, wow, the shuttle step. It's only going to go for a gain of 1. DeVito, though, showcasing some nice escapability. A missed block up front for the Whippets will put them behind the chains again. 3rd down long. They've been in this situation more often than not so far here in this morning state championship session.
And that's what makes the muff on the kickoff return so important as well, because now they're backed up. They don't get this first down here. They're going to have to punt and give Glenville great field position once again.
8 carries now for DeVito, gone for just a net of 6 yards. They bring pressure right side. DeVito launches over the middle. Incomplete. Trying to find Caden Paz and the junior reaching back behind his body. There was a small window of opportunity there. DeVito almost threaded the needle, but 3 Tarblooders in the vicinity. And it'll be 4th down, punt unit trotting on here for Coach Mahaney's bunch.
Yeah, Paz, 11 catches, 174 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But, you know, they're focusing. The Tarblooders are focusing on Bowman right now. Like you said, had a little bit of room, but just threw it a little bit behind him and up in the air. Even if he catches that, he's probably going to get contact and going to have to make a great grab.
Shepard with a low line drive punt. Takes a skip straight sideways at the 43-yard line. Wow, right over into the Glenville bench. So that's like one of those drivers off the tee that hits some type of a yardage marker and just flies out of bounds. It's going to be great field position for the Tarblooders for the 2nd straight possession, this time in Shelby territory to start things off.
Also, we want to say hello to the 2,000-plus people
What up,
listening,
what up?
or at least tablets, computers, probably more than 2,000 people, but just a lot of love coming from all you folks all around Richland County and beyond.
Bradley Winkle should be working right now. Thanks for tuning in, though. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you can listen and work still, right?
It's a double duty type of thing, but we all have ears and eyes and hands and 5 senses, maybe even more for some folks, so you'll figure it out. Get the job done, and hopefully the Whippets, or if you're a Tarblooder fan out there, they can get the job done. 1st down here on the new possession, and it's going to be a handoff straight away. Moves to the left side. 4-yard gain down to the Shelby 40-yard line here on the carry.
Yeah, Sam Gwertz was able to come up and make the tackle after 4 yards, and that's the first time since the first quarter that a 1st down play went for less than 5 yards against the Tarblooders.
Romo Phillips has been the featured back the last couple of drives. He's now at 4 carries, 46 yards. That's a nice average right now of more than 10 per clip, and they'll hand it to him here on 2nd down. On his back goes Gwertz again. Gwertz, such a gifted tackler. He gets some help from a couple of his friends, including Bryce Samsel, to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, the leading tackler, 143 tackles, 26 TFLs, 4 sacks, 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 touchdown on that pick as well. And now it's a big 3rd down here. You got to think, can you get a stop and force a punt, or does Glenville, I think if they can get positive yards here, they may go for it. But first, they have to get through this play.
Arvell Nelson, 2 backs each side. And he'll fake it and calls his own number. Haven't seen that much here today. He's into the arms of Samsel, ripped down right at the line to gain. And the head referee says move the sticks. It is going to be a 1st down here for Glenville, right where they needed to be at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he pulled that out at the last second because Sloan was coming right in to make the play in the backfield. He able to pull it out, get around Sloan, and get enough for the 1st down.
Nelson over 2,000 yards this season, 22 touchdowns. He'll hand off. Phillips, though, wrecked in the backfield. Kessler got him downstairs.
There he is.
And Travis Sloan up top. It's a loss of a half a yard.
Kessler's 18th tackle for loss, Sloan's 13th. Big play there to keep them behind the sticks after first down. And now you got to think, what are we going to do here on second down? The pass game not working. This is allowing Shelby to stack the box on this possession, and that's a huge play for them here as we approach 6.5 minutes left in the half.
They again go with that full house backfield. Phillips, the deep back. He'll get the carry. It's intended to go left side. He cuts it back to the right. He's got a big run out near the 20-yard line. They will move the chains again. First down run for Phillips, and he has provided a burst of energy since he's been initiated into the lineup here at the end of the first quarter and kind of carrying the offense right now along with the big dudes up front.
Well, his vision on the field, that ability to bounce plays out so quickly, has allowed him to get some big gains here in the last couple of possessions, and now back in business comes Glenville just outside the red zone.
McDougal to the right of the quarterback. Phillips behind him. They'll fake it to Phillips, and here comes the run. Arvell Nelson high-stepping through. One tackle, gets to the next level, and Landon Foltz drags him down. It's a nice gain on first. They'll chalk it up for about 7.
Yeah, the RPO coming into the playbook here from Coach Ginn's squad on this possession, and getting tripped up. I think he was a little agitated that he couldn't get in the end zone on that trip. Either that or he just came over to pump up his sideline. Nonetheless, it's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Exact same formation. 1 receiver each side. 3 backs all scattered around Nelson. He'll hand it off. Big gaping hole. Dragging defenders with him is Chris Newell Jr. Is he in?
Yeah, he's in.
Touchdown, Tarblooders.
What a rushing attack the Tarblooders have. This is their strong safety that just took that one to the house, and now a 2-possession lead for the first time today. Tarblooders looking to make this a 10-point advantage.
Huge run, Tarblooder flags being showed proudly here inside a Hall of Fame stadium in Canton, as they have made this a 2-score differential for the first time this early morning, almost afternoon, 11:44 local time here in Canton, Ohio. Lemon on to try to tack on the PAT to make it a 10-point differential.
Yeah, the Whippets here, this next possession for them as the extra point is wide right, no good. So it keeps it a 9-point game, but this possession here for Shelby is going to be very, very important as Glenville gets the ball out of the half. You got to get some points on the board here, get some momentum back after that 3-and-out that you had leading to the touchdown.
We'll take a quick commercial timeout. When we come back, it'll be Shelby football looking for a response on the latest touchdown by Newell Jr.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Division IV state championship here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. A touchdown put on the board by the Tarblooders. Newell with a nice run and a big hit here on the return. Shelby's going to have it out to the 35, but a very pumped up Cortez Yancey put a nice stick there on the ball carrier. 5:32 to go here. Quarter number 2. 1st and 10 for the runner-up in the Mr. Football 2025 voting by just 9 votes. Brayden Devito finishes as runner-up, but he will go down in the history books as one of the all-time greats in the history of the Buckeye State. A chance to go over 13,000 passing yards today, folks. He's number 4 all-time. 126 passing touchdowns. That's also in the top 10 in state history. He'll throw a couple of fakes here. Plenty of time for the first time today. And now DeVito wants it all going deep, well underthrown.
That's going to be interference on Shelby.
Avery Lambert had to backtrack and went right through the defender. Should have been intercepted by Cordell Scott.
I'm just surprised that Devito didn't tuck that. He had Bowman coming his way to run, and now they're going to back him up 10 yards because of the pass interference. He just tried to throw that up, and there were 2 Tarblooders defenders back in coverage, and Lambert had to play defense there. Gets called for the penalty, and now Whippets, tough break here. They're going to be backed up with 5:20 left.
Yeah, it will be a 10-yard penalty.
Actually 15. In high school, it's 15. NFL, it's 10. In college, I believe it's 10 too, but in high school, it's 15, so even worse for the Whippets.
They do mark it all the way back at the 20-yard line. It did feel like Devito could have taken off there. Instead, he throws it into double coverage, and Avery Lambert did what he had to do. The senior going right through the back of Scott, knocks it away from the sophomore with the pass interference. And now well behind the sticks and behind on the scoreboard by 9 points. Shelby, Devito loses the handle, bounces right back up into his hands. He escapes, throws back across his body over the middle, trying to find Lambert. It's going to be incomplete. Tarblooders in that second level on the secondary, they have been special so far in the early portion of this contest.
And Bailey's been special for that defensive line back in the backfield once again, forcing Devito to just throw cross body and drop incomplete. Facing a 2nd and 25. That was disastrous from the start. The bobbled snap. Thankfully, he was able to pick it up and run off to the side, but still, the pressure just too much for the Whippets so far. Now they may have to burn a timeout. DeVito's not even close to being by the center, and Coach Mahaney will have to burn that timeout. A lot of people on Facebook saying this may be the possession of the game for the Whippets, because if you don't score here and Glenville goes down and makes this a 3-possession lead, that could just, be the dagger. However, we saw last week with Indian Valley, down big early on, made some adjustments at the half, and Kinsey actually took them and gave them the lead for the moment before Glenville finished off with the win. So we'll just have to see, but some adjustments need to be made at the half. Adjustments need to be made right now. Do we see something coming out of the trick box from Coach Helbert and Coach Mahaney, because they need to get a good amount of yardage here on 2nd and 25. You need to at least get back the original sticks to give yourself a chance here. But hey, this is the Shelby Whippets. They put up a lot of points. They just have to make adjustments. This coaching staff is a very phenomenal coaching staff. They could learn from some things that happened last week in that Indian Valley game, and just got to keep composed. You see DeVito starting to throw it at least at his receivers. The pressure, if you give him some time, just a little bit more time, he's going to be able to turn into the Mr. Football runner-up that we know.
He's 3 of 14 right now through the air. Super uncharacteristic for a guy that completed 73% of his passes, number 1 in Division IV in the state so far this season.
Yeah.
He has just not had the adequate time that he has needed so far, but here he is back to work and being chased again. Cincere Johnson in his face. He'll get planted back at the 7-yard line. Johnson brought the heat right up the middle. He got help from Jarvis Cockwell, and the seniors converge. They make the stop.
And now we're going to get a penalty on Glenville for over-celebrating. That's going to be 15 yards back the other way. So that's going to erase the sack. It's going to get them down to actually a 3-yard gain after everything's said and done. Just overzealous there. I know they're celebrating with each other, but going a little bit too much. The referee's going to talk it over. I don't know if they'll pick it up, but it wasn't like they were taunting at the Whippets, but they were still going at it with each other. And we await the call from the referees. But if this in fact is a 15-yard penalty, that'll erase the sack and actually add 3 yards of a gain to the Whippets, and it'll make it 3rd down and 22.
Tedkin Jr. is absolutely furious. He is frustrated. If I'm the referee, I pick that one up. They're going to call the 15-yard penalty. To your point, they immediately moved away from DeVito. They were celebrating with their own sideline. I don't mind it.
They just called 2 unsportsmanlike penalty calls.
Wow. So will that'll be
3rd down and 7, if I'm correct. Is
it a double scoop? They'll put 15 on 15?
You have to say if you call it twice. But, yeah, they're celebrating with each other, but you don't know what's said in there, things like that. But that's going to move. If that is both, that's going to give Shelby third and manageable, and that is actually the case. That's going to be a 30-yard penalty.
Never seen it before. It's all the way out now. Well, not quite 30.
Yeah, it was after the sack, it was 37. So now it's 3rd and 7. Unbelievable. What a break for the Whippets. They were backed up, looking like they were going to have to punt out of their own end zone. Now they're facing 3rd and manageable from near the 40.
Can Devito and company take advantage? Again, no huddle. They'll come out here 3 wide. They've got Michael Shepard playing at the tight end position, basically from the H-back slot. Glenville brings heat
Corner
both
blitz.
sides.
Oh, and he fell.
Devito slips as he tried to get out of there. Touchdown in the backfield. Kalen Bailey was able to get a paw on him to mark him dead at the 29-yard line. But the heat from Cordell Scott, the sophomore off the edge, forced Devito to have to make a quick decision, and his footing just could not pair up with where he wanted to go.
And that was almost another penalty on the Tarblooders. Devito fell, and then half a second later, Bailey jumped on him. I like the no call, but if that's about a half second later, that might have been another penalty. Nonetheless, the Whippets now still have to punt after facing a 3rd and 37. Got the penalty but could not get any yards.
Yeah, that was a lot to unpack there despite no first downs on the drive off the punt. Jaquan Gibson returns. He makes a catch, and he makes a couple of moves. Gibson out across the 30-yard line. I don't think that's – well, there is a flag. You're right. But this man, what a game changer he has been so far here today, accounting for the first touchdown, a 92-yard punt return back to the crib. Now, if it stands, he's taking him to the 28-yard line, but it looks like the Tarblooders are backing up in their own territory.
Yeah, it's going to get them inside their own 40-yard line here. And that was right off the beginning. I think we had a block in the back. And I think we have a hurt Tarblooder as well. See number 5 going off the side, Shaquan Gibson. Yeah, he's limping a little bit, so that's something to look for. But, yeah, it will back up the another penalty hurting them here. And you got to think, if it wasn't for the 2 personal fouls, they'd probably have the ball at the Whippet 35, 40-yard line. Even with a penalty, they'd be in their territory. But because of that, it changes the field position. And with 3:44 left, we'll see, can the Whippets hold this to a 9-point lead? Maybe can they force a turnover and give themselves a shot? Or is the early dagger going to happen here for Glenville?
Crucial drive, both sides, under 4 minutes to go before we reach the halftime break. The Tarblooders have found something in this fullback formation. Big heat off the edge, though. Gwartz went airborne to make the stop along with Kessler. It's going to be a 2-yard loss as they brought down the ball carrier with no room to run. I believe it was Uriah Weber there with the carry. Second along on the way here for the Tarblooders offense.
Yeah, great job. Also, Griffin Yeager, the junior, was in there, the defensive back. They brought the run blitz there, and they were able to shed blocks that time and get the loss of 3. Now, if you're thinking, if they can get another stop here behind the sticks, does Coach Mahaney use his final timeout and try to get this ball back with time?
Whippets have 1 timeout in their back pocket, as does Ted Ginn and the Tarblooders, who will back up 5 more yards. The knock on Glenville, when I asked around this week, people that have seen them said that they're a little bit undisciplined, quite a few penalties, costly mistakes at inopportune times, hurting them a little bit early on in this game. However, there's a pretty stark contrast in terms of how big they are up front, just the level of athletes that they have right now. So for Shelby, you got to be able to capitalize when they make mistakes like this. The defense, though, they've been playing pretty solid so far here for the Whippets. With the ball now on the 17, they'll quick snap it. They'll hand it off. Phillips, a huge hole.
He got a first down and more.
Runs through an arm tackle of Brady Bowman out to the 41-yard line. It's another gaping hole and a huge run for the offensive player of the day so far, Romel Phillips. He's closing in on 100 yards, had a long of 31 couple of drives ago. This one goes for 20+, and the Tarblooders now on the move. 2-minute drill, no huddle. They'll hand it off straight ahead to Newell Jr. this time, and he has a hole fit for about an SUV to drive through for a pickup of 11 more, and it's back-to-back first down carries here for the Tarblooders.
You see this offensive line just after the loss, taking that to heart and completely running over this Shelby defensive line for 2 chunk plays, and now with 2:20 and a timeout left, Glenville has plenty of time here inside Shelby territory.
Clock settled at 2:20 before they move the sticks. Now it winds in Whippet territory. They have been gashing Shelby with the running attack ever since the end of the first quarter. They'll go play action, though. Here, one-on-one coverage behind the defense. The deep bomb off the face mask of Paulie Sadler. Wow.
That was a touchdown easily, but he could not bring it in.
Brayden DeVito, burnt toast in the secondary, had the one-on-one coverage. Bowman with no safety help over top, but it goes off of the face mask of Sadler trying to haul it in. A gorgeous pass right where it needed to be from Arvell Nelson, and instead of 6 more points, 2nd and 10.
Wow, that's the first beautiful ball we've seen thrown today by Nelson, and his wide receiver just did not help him. One of those thinking about the end zone before you even hauled it in, and he bobbles it away. Now Glenville got to get the play off down to 3.
Nelson 1 for 5 through the sky. He's going to put it up again. Now he's got his 2nd completion. Cutting back against the grain. Great run after catch. Joseph Saffold. Looked like he was going to be maybe a 7-yard pickup. He turns it into 12 inside of the 35-yard line. Chain gang back on the move with the clock set right now, showing 1:52 as it spins. And fresh bodies coming in here for Ted Ginn Senior's bunch. DeAndre Taylor, extra beef up front. Likely a run play on the way here on this first down.
Yeah, it was just a missed tackle by the Whippets.
It will be a run. It's going to be Newell.
So another break. It looks like it's going to be a hold. It looks like it's going to back them up 10 more yards with 90 seconds left, and that's the break that Shelby needed once again, as they're going to be way behind the sticks here on 1st and 20.
Might be on Emmett Bates on that right side. Been really good up front, him and Hunter One. Right guard, right tackle combination. They've been creating some huge running lanes over the last 15 minutes or so of the game, but it is a hold. They'll back them up. And penalties costing Glenville right now.
Yeah, just a lot of yardage given up. I mean, you had 30 yards earlier. 9 penalties for 100 yards.
If not for that, yeah, it could be a bigger margin right now on the scoreboard. They'll run it here on 1st and long, slithering through. Phillips
tackles
to the next level. He's across the 20. Shelby's got the edge. They'll push him out of bounds. It's DeVito forcing him out at the 6-yard line. But another fantastic run. Raumel Phillips over 100 yards rushing in the first half alone. He has done so on just 9 carries, $122 to be exact. First and goal coming up for Glenville.
The speed, the ability to bounce outside, and it just takes one block to get him open.
From the near side hash. Extra blockers in tight. They'll hand it off. Here's Newell. He had 1 touchdown. Whoa, what a cut. He's going to have a second. Tarblooders back into the zone. 6-yard touchdown run. Chris Newell Jr., his 2nd here of the afternoon. And the Tarblooders extend their cushion up by 15.
That might be the dagger right there. The way they've been running the ball the last quarter here. Only 16 yards in that first quarter, but they found something to work with. And that's just been the run game. The run game that's gotten them to this position so far. Phillips, 9 carries, 122 yards. And then you have Newell Jr. now, 5 carries, 38 yards.
I think Glenville is going to take a timeout here.
Trying
Think
to get a
about
2-point
going for
version,
2,
yeah.
which would make it a 3-score game. It is going to be the last charge timeout. Things have really changed the complexion of this game with the offense of Shelby very stagnant. Meanwhile, the running attack right now has been the superlative right now, just forcing their way down the field. Big holes left and right, multiple ball carriers. But Phillips, he's been the man with the big chunk plays. When they've got down into the red zone, Newell's been able to cap it off.
I mean, the big beef up front is just, I mean, Marcus Whipple, senior left tackle, 6'3", 305. Carmelo Williams, right guard, 6'1", 295. Jameer Perez, like we said, 6'4", 321. Where did they get these people up in Glenville? I mean, they're just ginormous men.
I think they just hang out in parking lots of Wendy's and Burger Kings, and they see the gentlemen that do the full 2 brown bag specials can put them away that also like to hit the gym. They are going to go for 2. Under center, quick pass, flicked out to the right side. The catch, and in there goes Joseph Saffield. They'll tack on 2 more. It is a 3-score game. Gutsy call here by the Tarblooders. They lead it by 17 on the quick pitch and catch, and then Saffield able to make a nice move, shifts his way over the goal line. 24-7 now the count.
Yeah, this is starting to get out of hand a little bit here. 57 seconds left for the Whippets. We'll see. Can they get anything here out of the last 57 seconds? It was one really good offensive possession, the big play to Bowman, the reverse, the setup, the touchdown. But after that, Glenville just right back at you. Despite the penalties, able to overcome those. The defensive pass rush has been great. The offensive line has been great. And, this is a team. That's why they play Division I, D1 opponents and compete with them, because they could technically be a D1 team. They could actually play. I would say they could compete for a D1 championship as well.
Certainly they've got the talent to do so. Got some big guys in here off the kickoff. Luke Blevins.
So there we go.
Nice run. He's out across the 43-yard line. Devito and the boys back with the football. Offense and yards have been very scarce so far. Only 38 passing yards. Got to be a season low for any half.
Oh, absolutely.
For Shelby so far this season, as they trail 24-7. But a big opportunity here still with a timeout for the Whippets to try to get some points here before you go into the halftime break.
A team that averages 232 passing yards per game.
They'll split them out. Here comes some heat off the left side, and they'll run right into the blitz. DeAndre Taylor with the stop. It's only a 1-yard pickup. 2nd down, 9. Clock running. Shelby doesn't seem to be in any hurry.
Yeah, I think they just want to get this to the half and trying to make some adjustments. Down 17 points. It looks like they may try one more play here. They will have to run one more play, actually, to get to the half. So what will we see out of this? Will it just get them to the half, or will they try something?
It's going to be a design quarterback keeper. Left side popped immediately. It's Taylor again. Just absolutely levels DeVito at the line of scrimmage. And that is how the first half will come to a close. What a statement. The Tarblooders looking for their 3rd state championship over the last 4 years. And they look fantastic, specifically in the running game there over the last quarter and a half. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have your halftime band performances. Shelby and the Marching Whippet Band will be up next. Keep it here. That is on the way.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. At Pioneer, you'll gain real-world skills, hands-on training, and college credits, all while preparing for the jobs of tomorrow. Pioneer, preparing today's students for tomorrow's opportunities. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Sierra, show us how it's done. Yes, a little short. All right, congratulations to Reese Friend, our winner of the Hometown Kick Contest. Thank you to both participants and our thanks to Hometown, OHSAA's official.
Before the bands make their way out onto the field. First, they're doing a kicking competition. The first one was actually good. I believe the Shelby student just won some cash. As we are here at the break, Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, great crowd on hand for the Shelby cheering section. You see Whippet Nation well supported, of course, per usual. They are out here in droves here today. Good chunk of them likely out here to cheer on the final performance for the Shelby Whippets marching band here on a cold but beautiful day in Canton, Ohio. Here the 5th of December, state championship for Division IV on the line. Glenville leads it 24-7. We'll have all of your first half stats, some analysis from Travis and I, but first, we let the Whippet Marching Band do their thing. We'll turn it over now to the Nat Sound and the final performance for Shelby of the 2025 season. now it appears that the band director is on the field here for Shelby. Highly anticipated performance coming up here by the Whippet Marching Bands. And plenty of you out there still watching live and free on Facebook, 440 of you. Then on YouTube, looks like we're at about 1,200, so stay locked in. We'll have the Shelby band performance, we think, sometime today. They do give you 20 minutes, though, during halftime here for the state championship game, so a little bit of extra up on the clock here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. I am Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi, my sidekick here today. He'll also be running camera here for this. It says Friday night band show. Let me change that to Friday morning. It's very early, just past the noon hour. There we go. All right, let's go Whippets.
throughout their 4 years in the Shelby Band program. To celebrate them, we bring back 2 favorites from this season's halftime show. Released by the band Skillet in 2009, this song tells the story of someone battling the monster within. An energy our seniors perform with power and intensity all season long. Here is Monster.
OHSAA. Follow us on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, where you'll find tournament announcements, videos, news from around the state, and more. OHSAA social media platform. We've got you covered every day. When tournament time is approached, go to the OHSAA website on the practice, school, and news from around the state. At OHSAA.org, you can also purchase state tournament tickets, photos, souvenirs.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain train heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local train comfort specialist.
Searching for stationery that feels personal? Make it truly inspired. From custom wedding invitations and greeting cards to business stationery and gifts, every design from Truly Inspired Paper Company is handcrafted in Ohio. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, saying thanks, or sharing everyday joy, we make it easy to create something beautiful and memorable. Visit trulyinspiredpaperco.com and make every message truly inspired.
It is halftime here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium as we welcome you inside of the Hamilton Insurance Group halftime show. The show out there really has been delivered by the big fellas so far here of Cleveland Glenville. They have been the stars so far, opening up a running attack that has led them to a 24-7 advantage. I'm Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi, my sidekick here this sunny afternoon in Canton. And we saw them before the game. We knew that they were going to have plenty of beef up front, but so far, that's been the story of the game, is just that Shelby hasn't been able to quite match up with the physicality that we have seen up to this point.
Yeah.
And especially the rushing attack over the last quarter and a half for Glenville. It was superb.
Yeah, that second quarter, I mean, for the first 10 and a half minutes, this was a scoreless game. Then you had the punt return touchdown. You're thinking, oh, is this going to be the only score? No. The Whippets, a couple big plays, get on the board. You're thinking, okay, here we go. Shelby holds Glenville to that field goal, 10-7. We might have something rolling. And then the kickoff. That kickoff return that got muffed, put them back into their own zone. Glenville gets it back after a punt. They score, and then the floodgates kind of opened with the running game. So frustrating. My hair is just a dang mess right now. But I mean, this
all the time.
This Glenville team, I mean, they're so big up front, and their running attack able to just bounce it outside. Shelby thinks they have what's supposed to be stop, but no, bounces the outside, gets around that corner, and big gains. What adjustments can Shelby make here? They have to get a stop here. I mean, any more points by Glenville, I mean, just might turn this into what we saw on December 5th of last year.
I think that it's more about Shelby in the offense trying to find a flow state here in the second half. They had 8 first downs. I feel like that's a little misleading when you look at the total yards that they were able to pick up. Plenty of penalties for the Tarblooders that were able to benefit Shelby. They moved the ball quite a bit there with a couple of first downs given via the penalty. So Brayden Devito get it together on offense. Only 3 completions so far. He has misfired 11 times. That is not up to his standard. And defensively, can you try to eliminate some of these big holes and gaps that they've had so far? That is going to be the question for the Whippets as we get ready for second half action. Return is going to be a cutback into a whole wave of Shelby defenders right about the 21-yard line. And it's going to be DeAnthony Crittenden who's knocked down. And we'll see the Tarblooders with the football back in their hands here to open up third quarter play with a 1st and 10. And they started to really get it going in that second quarter after that Gibson punt return touchdown. That came late in the first. After that, Michael Shepard with the 1-yard run. We were all tied at 7 apiece. And then the field goal by Lemon from 34 yards. Newell with a couple of touchdown runs, one from 14, even though they missed the PAT. And then Newell with a 6-yard touchdown run. And now they'll get back to the running game here on first down. And there's a flag down on the field. It's a huge run. It's going to come back, but Romel Phillips dazzled his way to the outside. He went trotting all the way down to the Shelby 30-yard line. It would be a 50-yard run, but as Travis said, it's all coming back. It doesn't matter. Holding penalty, the flag came in early.
The reason why he was able to get the corner was because there was a hold on the corner, and that's why he was able to break out. Not only does that back him up 10 yards, but that just wears him out after a 60-yard run that's going to have to bring him back for naught.
A very pro-Shelby Whippet cheering section out there on our YouTube channel. However, we did pose the question about an hour and a half ago, who will be the D4 state champion when it is all said and done? The poll's still open. Maybe it's closed now, but 62% of the 1,000 votes that came in said that Shelby will be the victor. I wonder if they're wanting to backtrack
if Nick is one of them voting... I am not trimming my beard. I like my beard. Hey, so we should trim our beards. What's up with this non-scruffy look, bud? We like them. We like them.
I did have a nice scruffy beard when I got back from Vegas a couple of weeks ago. Mine is trimmed down, so Travis is the one perhaps that needs to find the clippers.
I trimmed it yesterday, too.
We get another run here.
Whatever.
Phillips again after the penalty yardage. He gets it all back. Nice jaunt out to basically the original line of scrimmage. He gets the 10 yards back, and that will set up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, get the yards back. And, I mean, the way they've been running the ball, this is fine territory for them. It's Shelby. Can Kessler and company get into the backfield and get a stop here?
Shelby now starting to crowd the line of scrimmage. It's a big hole, but they run into trouble. Sam Gortz, no surprise, leading tackler for the Whippets. And he'll drive back the ball carrier. It's only a pickup of 2. He's wanting the crowd to get pumped up, telling Whippet Nation to get on their feet. A lot of them are listening over there, Travis.
Yeah.
And you could tell during the halftime band performance, too, there's a little bit of nervous energy right now in the building for this Whippets audience. However, all you need is the Joe Baylock, baby. Get a stop, get a score, get a stop. You're right back in it. Can they get off the field here on 3rd down? Same offensive look that we've seen basically the last quarter and a half. High snap. It's handled. Wiggle room to the left side. Newell runs through Gortz, and he gets by another wave of defenders. Broke 3 tackles on the play. Should have been stopped short. Instead, he gets by Gortz. He gets by DeVito. He runs through Fultz, and he has got a pickup of 15 out to the 38. Huge first down run.
Fultz calling it. He got held. Let me look at the replay.
Nah.
No, that's not even close enough. Oh, a late hit, a blindside block after he got passed, but I don't think it was too far on the side of the shoulder, just enough in front of him. That's what he wanted to call, but it doesn't matter. It's a first down. And like I said, even if they're 3rd and 8, this running game is getting 10, 12 yards a carry on average right now. It's just phenomenal for them.
Longest run of the afternoon for Newell. It's officially a gain of 14. Back to pass. Pocket collapses. DeVito forces a fumble off the corner blitz. They say incomplete.
That actually benefited because Glenville picked up the fumble and started running in the open space. But finally, we see some pressure by the Whippets backside here. And who else? It's DeVito. A little quarterback on quarterback crime. Nearly got the strip, but it's incomplete. It's 2nd down.
It was a delayed blitz off the right side. Arvell Nelson paid the price. As Travis mentioned, Marquise Whipple did scoop it up, and the 305-pounder was off to the races, but it's incomplete. So it's back 2nd and 10. They'll snap it quick. Here's Phillips trying to maneuver his way. The pocket out there moving as they press the pile. And it's an extra couple of yards there after it looked like he'd be stopped for about a gain of 2. Instead, it's a pickup of 5 with a 3rd down and 5 on the way.
And another big 3rd down. We have a man down on the play.
That is Phillips.
And that is not a good sign for Glenville. He's rolling around in pain at the moment. Hopefully it's just a stinger.
So we've got an injury timeout.
He got swarmed by multiple Shelby defenders there. Kept moving the pile as well. And that's just, sometimes you get twisted up there against multiple defenders. And he's still on the ground at the moment. Hopefully, like I said, that's not anything serious for him.
Great look overhead here for you folks watching out there on Facebook and YouTube. Since we have a second, let's say what's up to some of these people, man.
A lot of people.
What's going on? I see Jess Justice tuning in from Iowa, a Shelby grad. Great to have you here with us. Hey, Dad, sneaking in and watching from work, says Melissa Scott. Listening from Middle Tennessee, but Crestline born and raised. Heck yeah. Bradley Winkle says
about
something's
working.
Overrated.
Yeah, he should be. That was one who should be working earlier.
Come on, TGIF, baby. It's championship weekend. Let's cut loose. I mean, you and I are working, but not what kind of job is this
working?
really? I don't know. They treat us pretty good up here. I hear we even get snacks at the end of this. Great job, Shelby Marching Band. Y'all work so hard and should be very proud of yourselves. Shout out from Sherry. Watching from Oklahoma is Arnold Damron. And I was told that did someone say, what was it? Someone's watching from like Fiji or somewhere far away. Let me check. Aruba, even better. My friend Dan Arnholt watching down from sunny Miami. He's sending me pictures, trying to show off. He's got these great Cuban sandwiches, palm trees, the whole 9 yards. But we've got football in the birthplace of football here in the great Buckeye State here in the 3rd quarter. Tarblooders looking to, if they can get some points here, Travis, defensively as strong, as stout as they have been, it could be lights out, game over, good night. This is a huge possession for the Shelby Whippets.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Phillips needing help to get off to the sideline. That's not a good thing for the Tarblooders, but it's 3rd and 5. We're going to get a referee timeout, I believe. We're going to get our media timeout here for the 3rd quarter since the injury, so we'll get another 2 minutes and 15 seconds to just talk to you folks. But, yeah, we'll have to look at Phillips. He has been phenomenal. He's doing some shuffles on the sideline. Looks like he's going to be all right, though.
Where's he? I'll see if I can find him. Oh, he's right down here? Oh, okay, I see him.
Trying to get some running going, so this may just be momentarily that he's out, but if he can't get back into the game right now, that's a bit of a blow, despite the running from Newell Jr., who's had a couple good runs here on this possession. But Phillips, 11 carries, 137 yards so far. He had a 38-yard run. He's had like 20-yard run. He's had a 12-yard run.
But let's just keep it 100. It's about these dudes right here. Can the Hungry Hounds be able to get into the backfield, create some chaos? They've been pushed back a bunch so far here today. They've got to be able to get off the ball, get into the backfield, and make it hard.
Why, Kim, we're not... Hey, you guys seem to be rooting for Glenville. Have you not been listening to us all day? I mean, we got to give credit where credit's due, but we're here for the Whippets.
I just hope everybody has fun, and that was a fun-looking run if you're Chris Newell Jr. You talked about the fact that he's been picking up the pieces. He's definitely been the featured back all year. He's up close to 100 yards now. He's got 83, just ripping off a 29-yard run down to the 29-yard line of Shelby. A huge gain right there. First down, and now knocking on the outskirts of the red zone.
Another third down conversion, third and long conversion on this drive for the Tarblooders.
Feels like we got DJ Khaled echoing in
that's
the
a false
backfield.
start.
It's going to be a quick snap, not ready for it. You're right, a false start. It could have been disaster, though, for Glenville, as Nelson was not ready for it. Hit him right in the chest.
False start is the dead ball, though, so that kind of saved Glenville there on that play, because that would have been a loss of about 12 on the bad snap.
So it's another break for the Whippets in terms of at least the penalties. 115 yards racked up so far for the Tarblooders. That's been their Achilles heel, but, you know, that's why they give you 2 Achilles, Travis, and they're doing just fine on the other one.
Yeah, they are.
Another snap from the shotgun. They'll hand it Newell. Tried to shake and bake to the right side. Shelby able to rip him down. Maybe a gain of 2. Officially, it'll be a pickup of 3. So second down, 12 coming up.
You can't let them get back to the original sticks here if you're Shelby. You got to get them into third and long here. You got to get them out of field goal range as well. I mean, it keeps it at 3 scores if they kick the field goal, but you have to keep them behind the sticks here. You can't let them set up for another 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 8 where they can run the ball and try and get the first down that way.
Newell dots the I in the backfield. They'll fake it to him. We've got an option play, and now they're going to pitch it. A stiff arm is thrown. A pretty nasty one, too, by McDougal. Before he's wrestled out of bounds, he's able to drive inside of the 30, back to the original line of scrimmage at the 29-yard line, though, and they'll face a 3rd and long.
But not much further than that. That's a win for the Whippets. Got to get them. They can't get past the sticks. They got to the sticks on that. Well read, too, by Shepard, I believe that was there, to read the pitch perfectly and force the run outside and out of bounds to force a 3rd and 10.
As Brayden Devito eventually made the stop. As we've got 3rd down, they'll spread them out here. Trips to the right side, looking that way. All the way is Nelson, and he'll underthrow it. It skipped off the 20-yard line. Never had a chance to get into the hands of the intended target. And that will bring up a 4th down.
That's the 4th time today that Nelson's underthrown his receiver. He was open there for a second, but just completely unable to get it to him. Maybe, gripping the ball in the cold or anything like that. But this is not field goal range, so we're going to see them go for it here on 4th down. Big chance for the Whippets to get off the field here.
Shelby fans rising up to their feet, trying to get noisy over on the far side of the field. Same look here. Trips to the right, one receiver left side. And it will be a timeout taken by the Tarblooders. Their first here in the second half. And huge opportunity, like you said, for Shelby and this team to try to get off the field defensively. It's been a struggle. However, the passing attack has not been that sharp so far here for Nelson. He's just 2 of 7. He's got 22 yards. Had plenty of time, though, in protection. Shelby might have to get crafty, see what John Amicone dials up here, send a blitz. The delayed blitz for DeVito almost ended up in a fumble the last time he came off the edge. Can they utilize some of that team speed or have the West Virginia commit? Kessler just make a play off of the edge.
So we've seen Kessler in the backfield once so far today. They've done a good job getting on him, but all it takes is one play to change the complexion of a game. Shelby gets a stop here and a score like the start of the Baylog special. They're only down 10 with a lot of time left, but it starts right here with this 4th down play.
Nelson backpedals, clean pocket, steps up, fires right side, one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Had an opportunity, tried to target against DeVito in coverage. Nearly a grab there by Crittenden, but it falls harmlessly to the turf, and the Whippets get the football for the first time here in the 3rd quarter as the defense rises to the challenge.
It was in his hands, and DeVito just swatted it right out So making a play to get himself on the offensive, and we'll see. Can they get something going here? Can they make the adjustments? The Shelby coach is standing just beyond the wall to our left right now. What adjustments were they able to make at the half to get them going? Indian Valley made some really good adjustments at the half last week that nearly pulled the upset to get them here against Shelby. Can the Whippets do the same thing here on 1st and 10 from their 29?
Mahaney certainly lauded for his creativity and what he's able to do at the break. They'll go shotgun and they'll flip it to Bowman here on 1st down. Second drop for Brady Bowman here today. He was stride for stride. Kaylon Bailey was able to follow him. Not sure he could have gone very far, but it's Bowman that can't bring it in after they fake it to him, throw it in the backfield, and it's a drop.
Yeah, they were just trying to go with his speed on the swing pass, but it just came out of his hands. He was lined up in the backfield, sidecar left. Now he's going to go out wide, as it looks like the Whippets are going to go at least 3 wide here on 2nd down.
They'll have Lambert in the middle. To the near side is Shepard. Lone back Sloan to the left here of DeVito. He moves the pocket that way. He slings it. He's picked off. Read immediately and intercepted. Tried to force it in to Brady Bowman. Instead, it's Jalen Edwards, the sophomore, making the interception, and the Tarblooders back in business inside the 15-yard line. It was telegraphed the whole way.
And again, one of those long passes across the field, easily read. It was almost the same play was almost picked off last time. This time it is, and Glenville right back at you. 1st and 10, 1 yard outside the red zone of the Whippets.
Numbers for Brayden Devito at this point: 3 of 16, a rating of just 13.5. Now the first turnover of the game.
Only the 4th interception of the year by DeVito.
They'll run it here on 1st down. Gwartz from the backside, able to corral Newell Jr. He thought that he was going to have plenty of space. Instead, wrapped up almost like a cat bouncing on its favorite toy, drops him for a gain of 2.
I'm looking down here on the Tarblooders sideline. Phillips is right there with his coaches, but they're not bringing him back in yet. This is where Shelby needs to shut things down with him on the sideline.
Newell continues to be the featured back. D1 commit to the right side of Nelson. He'll motion him out now left. It's empty. They'll swing it. Nice catch. Keeps his footing, but clobbered by Kessler. Got some help there from Bryce Samsel to bring up a 3rd down long on the way. They'll need about 7. They can pick up a 1st down at the Shelby 11-yard line.
There's that closing speed by Kessler. He read that play perfectly and able to track down the back only after a couple yards. And another 3rd and long here as Phillips gets back into the game.
Romel is to the right hip here of Nelson. He'll come out of the backfield. They'll throw it to him over the middle. The referee got in the way. Had an opportunity for a catch and run. Might have gone for 6. Samsel was there, the closest on coverage, but you certainly have to give a deflection there to the zebra in the middle.
Hey, he got out of the way. I'm looking at the replay. The referee got out of the way, and it just hit him in the arms. I mean, you got to stay focused in that. It's just like a defender in front of you. Make the catch. Unable to, and we'll see if this will be a field goal try. They made one from about this distance earlier in the game to make it 10-7. And they're late to get out onto the field. 10 seconds on the play clock, still running over here. And they are going to try the field goal attempt.
But it doesn't look like they're going to be
3
set in
seconds.
time.
2. It will.
Wow. Lemon with the
kick.
kick.
It's not even going to be close.
Didn't have the distance, wasn't on line, so a rushed attempt. Say again? What did he say?
I have no clue. Referees starting the clock. Did they not call that a play? I don't know what's going on.
There is a ton of confusion here.
And no, they're still saying 4th down. So they're going to retry the kick. Now the referee's stopping play again. We had a couple long stoppages in the D2 game last night where the referees had to try and get some things situated, but I have no idea what's going on right here. I didn't see a timeout called.
And there was no penalty. They had a snap. They had a missed kick.
Now they're just resetting the game clock.
I'm looking over at the Shelby sideline, and I'm seeing a lot of coaches that are just a little beside themselves. So instead, actually,
they're going to go for it.
Tarblooders going to keep the offense out there. Nelson throws behind the intended target. Ball don't lie, as Travis likes to say all the time. Paulie Sadler tried to make a one-handed stab at the one. He was open. Can't make the catch. And now, officially, after 2 4th down stops, Shelby will get the football back.
Yeah, just enough pressure there by the Shelby defense to get the throw wide, and the defense backing up Brayden Devito after the pick. They get the ball back just about the same place they had it before, but they have to get something going offensively. Only 40 total yards so far in this game. That does not cut it against anybody.
The number 1 offense in the state Final Four, the Shelby Whippets, have been very average. A lot of pressure being shown at the line of scrimmage. Glenville will bring it. The kids from Cuyahoga County drop Brayden DeVito in the backfield. He had nowhere to go. First contact made by Keyshawn Williams in the backfield. He had some help on the opposite side, too. No one blocked DeAndre Taylor, and it was take your pick who was going to get the sack.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of just limiting DeVito's running ability, just closing down those gaps, because they have just such a good secondary that they can go man-to-man. It's just Shelby needs to do something creative with their wide receivers to get a play downfield.
Haven't seen a jet sweep. No runs by Bowman or any of the other wide receivers. The one gadget play they had was the biggest play so far of the day. DeVito, clean pocket. Now he throws, almost picked again. Tried to force it to Bowman. Aaron Scales came from his safety spot, dove and got a piece of it. And Shelby now backed up behind the chains. It has been 3rd and long all morning and afternoon.
Yeah, and it's just, he had plenty of time that time, but again, coverage sack pretty much on the other end by the Tarblooder defense. And another 3rd and long with the midway point of the 3rd quarter looming. 17-point deficit for the Whippets. But I keep saying, it just takes one play. Will we see that, though?
Play clock down to 2. DeVito claps his hands. He gets the snap. He gets pressured. He sidearms it, and it's incomplete for Caden Paz. He took a huge lick as well. Tavion Lacey on the coverage. The pocket basically just suffocated immediately. DeVito did not have an opportune time to throw it anywhere and had to force it out into the flats.
I will say whoever his teammate was did a good idea, because he just, bringing a holding on Shelby, but he did a good job because he just stood over the receiver and started taunting him, and his teammate pushed him out of the way before the referee saw, or that would have been another 15-yard penalty, and that would have given Shelby the first down. I mean, yeah, you're up 17, you're playing cocky, but you still cannot make these penalties.
Shelby's best offense today has been the Glenville Hanky, 115 yards they've racked up so far on the penalties. As we get an angled kick, this is off the right foot of Shepard. It comes towards the Glenville sideline. We'll see where they mark it off. It'll certainly be in Whippet territory as the referee keeps making his trot.
Yep. And
he comes to rest at the 45-yard line. And that is where Arvell Nelson in the offense will have another opportunity.
So I have a question posed on Facebook. Anyone think being runner-up for Mr. Football affected his mentality for the game? No. I just think it's the state championship game. It's against a team filled with Division I recruits.
8 of them.
You know,
11 offers.
It's 15 degrees, so both teams, you see, they can't throw the ball too well. The ball just, it's like a rock thrown out there. A lot of stuff. He's a great player. He's the runner-up for a reason, but I mean, there's a lot of things going at it. Is another nice stop on the run here on first down, Brian.
Yeah, you want to mention great players. Sam Gwartz, 150 tackles on the season. This dude has been the singular heartbeat defensively on most downs so far, trying to get the student section pumped up. As he flies in, he makes a stop. It's right at the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what Shelby needs here defensively. Win these early downs. As we get a new back, it's McDougal. We get a flag that comes in.
Beyond the Tarblooders.
Each side pointing the opposite way. It indeed will go against the Tarblooders. 120 penalty yards. Yikes.
But what we've seen with the run game, that can get erased in one play. But you got to just keep going at it. It's a 3-score game right now. There's still 17 minutes of game time left. You're showing your defense is starting to stop the run. It's just what can you do offensively to get on the board again?
McDougal to the right. 4 receivers. They motion one. It's Loud and Hearn. They'll hand it off. It's McDougal again into the arms of Sam Gwartz. A couple other Whippets come in, help converge and make the stop. Shepard and company, and it's Gwartz coming up off the bottom of the pile. And you want to talk about a guy that just is bringing the juice every single play. Again, he's trying to pump up the cheering section for Shelby. It's the state championship. It's cold. You got to keep yourself going out there. Gwartz has been that dude.
He's
all morning.
He's been all over the field, especially in the second half. They're going to need one more stop here, force a punt. 4 wide for Glenville.
The motion, McDougal out of the backfield, looking right all the way, pitch and catch out of the slot. Look at this burst.
Wow.
The Jets turned on. It's a first down and way more. Wow. What a run after the catch. Joseph Saffold looked like he might have 5 yards. Nah. Hit it into third gear. The clutch initiated into 5th, and he takes it all the way inside of the red zone, actually marked down right at the 20. But that is just a gifted man and a lot of want-to right there. 5 Whippets have a shot at him. He's jogged down last moment by Cole Dorsey.
I sound like a broken record, but how many times have they converted on 3rd and long? It's just crazy.
A lot. So here they are, fresh set, quick snap. They'll hand it off. McDougal slips through. He's to the next level and more. Getting into the linebacking core. Finally, the safeties come over. They make the stop. 15-yard run here on first down on the doorstep. Set up 1st and goal from the 5.
So just talking about the Shelby defense being pretty darn good, but then that just deflating 3rd down conversion.
McDougal's got another carry. Gwartz comes in there, forces him to go right side where he meets Quentin Albert and company. Stop for a loss. They'll drag him back. -3.
Shelby's starting to take a little bit out of the Glenville playbook, just trusting your secondary just to go man, bring in the run blitz, and it's been working. Just the one play was just a man-to-man, but it was just a little quick slant that allowed your playmaker to get out into space. Other than that, the defense has been playing pretty solid here the last 5 minutes.
And there, Lemon checks in, as does Joseph Saffold. He's in the slot to the left. Lemon, the lone man to the right. They'll run left side. Design quarterback keeper Nelson back into the teeth of the defense. Kept his legs churning. He's back to the 5-yard line, so he gets the 3 back to bring up 3rd down goal from the 5.
Got to keep this a 3-score game. Got to keep them out of the end zone right here.
Crucial play on the way here for the Shelby defense. Glenville on the flip side, looking to drive a stake right into their heart, potentially end this thing and get a huge stride closer to their 3rd state championship over the last 4 years. Trips to the left side. New running back in. That's Gary Pritchett.
Shelby's going to bring the house.
They do blitz everywhere. One-on-one to the edge. Lemon got the catch.
Yeah, oh, wow.
He's in.
That was a ridiculous play. Had a defender right on his shoulder, and he still brings it in and gets the ball over the goal line. Unbelievable.
Devito was the man on the coverage. Snuck in the pass. A near Lemon shows off the strong hands. And Nelson trusting his wide receiver to use his big body on the perimeter. 23-point differential, and Lemon a chance to stretch it out to a 24-point lead.
Just speechless at this performance. the completions from Glenville, short passes, but they've been effective.
They check with Lemon. He's ready, and he'll boom it through the uprights. 31-7 your score. We'll step aside. We'll be back at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, where Shelby better make a wish on the sideline. They'll need a minor miracle if they want to come back.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain train heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local train comfort specialist.
I'm going to be like Chris Collinsworth.
Division IV state championship, everything right now going towards the way
Yes.
of the kids from Cuyahoga County. And we say that because how many of them actually live in the Glenville School District? Not very many, but it doesn't matter.
Let me get to that after this kick. It's not – people are saying about recruiting. I mean, recruiting – this isn't Ironton or anything like that. But I will say this. Competitive balance really needs to be looked at once again. You have kids coming in from other school districts. You have the open enrollment. That's fine. But it's not recruiting. It's just team players wanting to come in from other places because they see how good this is. I want to play for Ted Ginn Sr. Sure, it's legal, but it's just the numbers still are skewed. I mean, don't even get me started with the private schools, how you don't count as a number if you come into the school in like 7th or 8th grade, even though you're still outside of the district, things like that. I do think the OHSAA needs to look at the competitive balance numbers. Now, Glenville, not cheating out there. They're playing everything legally. They have all these D1 commits, and they're playing very well. And on their way for another state championship as Devito gets a short gain here on first down, a gain of 3. But that's my 2 cents on things. I think they just need to relook at how they skew the numbers competitive balance-wise.
Something perhaps to be reevaluated by the OHSAA coming up here in the future. Meanwhile, Shelby Public School here on the final day of the season, 14-0. But they are on the ropes. Slow snap handled by Devito, and he gets handled. How about Jameer Perez bursting into the backfield? And he just smoked Brayden along with help. It looked like as well McDougal got in there to help make the stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long. We've said it all morning and afternoon. This is where Shelby has been stuck basically the entire duration here on offense. Not a lot of first downs outside of the penalty yardage. They'll try to pick one up here. 4 wide, Sloan the lone back. Pressure being shown. Now they'll drop back in coverage. Quick throw. Wow, should have been picked again.
Who else? Kaylon Bailey. Once again, just creating havoc. And we might get, we got a roughing the passer penalty as DeVito's slow to get up. So another Glenville penalty as I'm going to guess that's Bailey that came in and laid the boom after the throw was let go. And here's the replay I'm seeing on TV right now. Let it go, and oh, it wasn't him. It was actually he got run into in number 84.
Yeah, it's Kashawn Williams well after the throw was released from the hand. So there it is. That's what Shelby has been able to keep their offense on the field with. Just Glenville, undisciplined play. We've seen it all season long. We've seen it here today. They have the athletes to make up for it on the back end. Should have been picked off, actually, by Aaron Scales. And for the Shelby offense, where they've ran into the most trouble is when they've got Brady Bowman lined up outside of the hash and they're trying to make those long throws. I'd like to see them perhaps take a deep shot because we've seen DeVito have almost no success. As they'll run it here on first down, Travis Sloan tries to swerve out to the near side. Sincere Johnson able to greet him at the 45-yard line. and it was a big hit. The senior is down at the 45. We're going to have an injury timeout. He's rolling around, grabbing his left shoulder. Not a good look.
Yeah. It was a clean, hard tackle there, but I think he just came down hard on that left shoulder.
So the Ohio State commit comes up, makes the pop, and drops, slowing down to the ground. A rare carry for him. He's got 3 so far. They've gone nowhere with them. Luke Blevins, off of the one gadget play, he picked up 17 yards off of his one touch. Other than that, Michael Shepard, 2 carries, 3 yards. He did get in to the end zone for the only point so far here today for Shelby. And Brayden DeVito, all-time leading rusher for the Whippets, 14 carries, negative 18 yards. Guy that's rushed for 4,500. And actually, I'm sorry, he's second all-time in terms of career rushing leader. He only needed 73 yards today to eclipse the top spot. That's 46.03, but he's going backwards so far here today.
Sloan finally up, slowly walking off the field, and we'll see if he's going to be able to come back in for this game. They're actually putting up some statistics about the Shelby Whippets. I couldn't see officially what they were saying, but just the unique mascot name of Shelby High School up on the Spectrum feed. Hopefully if you want to be watching the game, hopefully you have Spectrum muted and actually listen to the guys that know what they're talking about right now. But what we know right now is the Whippets one play away from going into the fourth quarter down 24 points.
Yeah, clock tumbling as they take the snap. DeVito, boy, pressured immediately, ripped down to the turf again. Kalon Bailey, we've called his name a bunch. Pressure off the edge, cannot be handled, just ran right through Colton Sexton. And that is how the quarter is going to end. It has been all Tarblooders here the last couple of quarters. They lead it 31-7 heading to the fourth. We will see you there, here from Hall of Fame Stadium, in about 45 seconds.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. At Pioneer, you'll gain real-world skills, hands-on training, and college credits, all while preparing for the jobs of tomorrow. Pioneer, preparing today's students for tomorrow's opportunities. Discover your future at Pioneer.
You are watching the Division IV State Championship game absolutely free of charge right here on the OH Report, thanks to our good friends at Hamilton Insurance Group, an award-winning insurance servicing Mansfield and Gahanna. You can request a free auto, homeowner, commercial, or life insurance quote online at the link down in the description. Stephanie Lane and our friends over at the Wellspring Custom Pharmacy head down to West 4th Street in Ontario. She's got everything you need to manage hormone balance, maybe some mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions. If you have any of those, go down, get hooked up at Wellspring. Shelby Mutual Insurance Agency, providing insurance for all of your needs. You can contact them right now. It is a workday auto, home, life, and business insurance. Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Truly Inspired Paper Co. Here are the holidays. That's right. It's December 5th, folks. Christmas is right around the corner. Make sure that you get all of your holiday collections. If you need to send some cards to all of your friends out there, let them know how cute your little family is. Go online at trulyinspiredpaperco.com and they'll get you hooked up. ArcelorMittal, smarter stills for people and planet. They are hiring now. competitive wages. They've got benefits. Plus, you get to work in Shelby next to the high school, pretty close to the Whippets. You can visit ArcelorMittal-OH.com and click careers for more details. This afternoon's broadcast also presented by Buckeye Horizon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your local trained comfort specialist, and Pioneer Career and Technology Center, where they are preparing students for college, careers, and the jobs of tomorrow. It is money time here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The Whippets gotta get something going here offensively. Facing a, what is it? Is it a second
Third and Louisville.
Third and forever, and nearly picked. Boy, looking for Carter Kessler on the perimeter. Jalen Edwards rising to the occasion. Got two hands on it, and Devito has probably put the ball in harm's way more today than the other 14 games combined. We mentioned he had just 3 interceptions all season.
I will say, they love the talk out there.
Whew.
Carter Kessler walking back and Johnson just walking by him, putting his hand up in his face, just jabbing him. And, he's just walking by going, I'm going to West Virginia. I don't know where you're going to play ball or whatever, but I could care less.
They're probably D1. Most of these guys are. Michael Shepard probably not going to be going to the next level to be a punter, as that's off the side of his foot. The junior maybe changes the field position 10 yards. Not a good one. It's out of bounds, marked at midfield. And Ted Ginn Jr.'s bunch is about to have the football there. 1st and 10.
His dad's
already
bunch.
with a 31.
Ted Ginn Jr.'s dad.
Oh, sorry.
I will say.
Well, I think he helps.
Yeah, he might. Keep it civil in there. Calling Shelby soft is not something nice to say, Bradley Henderson. Just saying. They're in the state championship for a reason. They're playing against a team that could probably win D1 or D2.
They definitely have the boys up front, the Bruisers. Got
Such
plenty of backs.
You and I were down on the field before the game. They were towering over us.
Well, we're normal-sized humans. I'm
Exactly.
6 feet, 180 pounds, but when I look at these dudes, it is a bit intimidating. Talking to Eric Will of WMAN, and he had
knows
his
his Whippets.
high school coach down on the sideline that just said, I've not seen a unit quite like what they have here, because what are we talking about? About 1,500 pounds of total manpower up front. They can't build a hole, though, here on a second down run for Devon McDougal as he tries to veer to the right side and had to make that all happen on his own. Does pick up about 3. 3rd down coming up, and this is where they've been really strong here today. The 3rd down conversions. Do we have that number?
Let me try and pull that up for you.
They do have 13 total first downs, but they are 5 of 10, 50% so far, but they have had several where it has been 6, 7, more yards than that.
Yeah, and they're just able to easily convert on them. It's like their line goes into like a different level when they go to 3rd down.
Whippets crowding the line of scrimmage. They bring everybody. Quick throw, not even close. It's behind Joseph Saffold, and he would have needed a go gadget arm going to the next extension there to reach back and grab that thing. So Shelby forces a 4th down. The ball's at the 45-yard line, and it looks like Ginn Sr. is going to keep the offense on the field. Well,
they're going to talk it over at least. I mean, you're right at that area where you could go for it on 4th down. And the way your defense is playing, why not?
They do keep Arvell Nelson and the offense out there. Got just 2 wide, and they're going to hand it off the jet sweep. Loud and Hearn, he's got the 1st down, and you talked about
how many running backs do they have?
The offensive line just seems to take it up a little bit. 3rd and 4th down. Bowman slow to get up. He helped make the stop. Creative play there with the wide receiver coming from the H-back slot. He takes the handoff, and he runs it 15 yards for a big 1st down.
I mean, like I said, how many running backs do they have?
All of them.
That can do it. That's just, again, getting through the hole and using your speed to get through. And they've got 1st down and 10 from the 30, and a score puts this in the running clock.
Letting the play clock tumble down to 5. They take the snap. They've got Phillips in.
Who else made the tackle?
Shepard in there, Gwartz along with them. And guess who gets up and trying to get Shelby Nation pumped up? He helps make the stop along with Kyler Williams.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, Gwartz is laying it all out on the line. It's a state championship game. It's, yeah, crazy how he's been so good in the second half. He's in on almost every tackle.
He's needed to be, because so far today, Hunter Oni, he's getting eaten up a bit. Williams has not had his name called very often, and Kessler as well, just 1 TFL. See if he can get a pressure here. They're going to launch towards the end zone. DeVito in coverage. It's overshot to the moon. Sadler, the intended target, but it ends up in a snow pile behind the end zone.
Yeah, going for the final blow there, and just overthrew his receiver on that flag route. Little hobbled running from the sideline on this 3rd and 11, or what we'd call for Glenville 3rd and manageable.
It has been. They picked up the first down on 4th down last time, so they're now 5 of 11 here on the afternoon. As they welcome Phillips into the backfield, he'll stay in and block. Doesn't need to. It's a throw again deep to the end zone.
Oh, my
Double
goodness.
coverage. Hello, into the snow pile. This time goes Saffold off the touchdown grab. There were 2 defenders draped on either side. One of the better catches that you're going to see in high school football for the Tutty. Goodness.
I mean, that was a dime. He, after well overthrowing his receiver the first time, he throws one right exactly where it needed to be. Looking at the replay right now, and in double coverage, just dropped it in, and then diving into the snow pile to make this a 30-point game. The clock will start running.
Glenville wanting to prove that they were the top team in the state coming into this competition. 3 losses, very deceiving, of course. We showed you who they were
teams,
2.
Yeah.
St. Ed's, Hoban, they beat the likes of Maslin.
They were close losses, too.
All great games so far this year. And you look at their schedule in the non-conference at Maslin, Washington. They play away from home a lot. At Olentangy Liberty, they went to Avon. They lose by a dozen. Then they lose the following week at Lakewood St. Ed's. How about 4 straight games on the road? And then they play at Hoban. This is a team that only played 3 home games all year until you got
like
into
a
the
Maslin
regionals.
schedule.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah. Ted Ginn on his way for another state championship here with this squad, but it all comes back to that offensive and defensive line for them. Just overpowering everybody.
The big bruisers up front have been special here today. A bit of a slow start for Glenville, but since then, they have really taken off. Everything clicking now. And there's the gentleman who just made the touchdown grab, doing some celebrations with some of his boys. That was phenomenal catch.
Beautiful catch. Ted Ginn Sr. is going to get his 276 win. He's 275 and 69 in 29 years here with the Tarblooders.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'd shout out his assistant coaches and everybody, but they didn't provide that information.
They provided
didn't
not a lot
much
to anybody. Did not respond to our emails this week. I know any of the local media in Mansfield did not get responses and didn't even take the OHSA requests, I'm told, for statistics. So it is what it is, a bit of a mystery, but not really the gameplay. What it's been out there is just a good old-fashioned butt-kicking. When you look at Shelby, who came in with all the offensive firepower, the weaponry, a team that has been setting records left and right. They've got 26 total yards so far. They've given it away twice. And Brayden DeVito, a man that we question. We know that he literally has an S on his chest because he plays for Shelby, but we thought that maybe he was from planet Krypton or something. He's been very human here today. A kid that was he could go to 70 touchdowns if he ends up with one here. 70 total touchdowns for a season is just an absurd number, but he has been below average today at best. 3 of 19. He has 0 completions in the second half so far. 0 of 5 with a couple picks. Yoicks.
Yoicks. And it comes with the pressure, especially off the corner from Glenville. Just not giving him enough time to stay composed inside the pocket all day. Kaylon Bailey has been just chasing him.
Great view from up here in the 7th level is where we're at.
The suites section.
It is pretty sweet up here.
It is it's a beautiful view.
Having a great day. Shelby fans, I know this has been disappointing, but unbelievable run for these guys. Yeah. And with 8 minutes and 12 seconds still here to go, even though the clock's tumbling already, this is a chance for them to play with a little bit of pride, Travis, and at least give the fans something to really cheer about here down the stretch.
Yeah, finish this off, get a score. Try and stop the running clock that's on here, as they won't have decent starting position this time. They'll start at the 26.
It was a good open field tackle. It was made by Amir Leishers. Able to drag down Griffin Yeager, the ball carrier here off of the kickoff. Shelby with the football back. Clock will run, 7:35 and counting.
You want to talk about how impressive this run is for Glenville?
Okay.
One of our commenters just made a good point. They shut down the runner-up and Mr. Football in back-to-back weeks. They defeated both teams.
Yeah, they didn't really shut down Mr. Football. Kinsey was decent last week.
But they defeated him.
But they beat him. A little bit of trickery. Shepard gets the ball handed off to him. They were trying to go with the reverse pass, but Lorenzo Smith blew it up. Great read. Knocks him down in the backfield. And even with the gadget plays coming undone here for Shelby, Glenville able to showcase some discipline within the gameplay. They really have hit the X's and O's, the execution, quite well.
And they just stay with their assignments. They don't get fooled by any trickery. As Shelby, the reverse has been the only thing that worked so far today.
Sorry, trying to get the clock.
DeVito on a run. He's going to get to the outside, tripped up, but he will get back to the original line of scrimmage. So he'll get an 8-yard run, one of his best runs of the day here. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yes, our clock cam went a little bit haywire. We'll keep you informed here on the audio cast as the clock about to tumble under 6 minutes to go.
Can Shelby just get something to feel good about themselves?
They'll break the huddle. They'll go empty set here. DeVito on an island in the backfield. 3 linebackers pressing up towards the line of scrimmage. Bowman comes in motion. 4 receivers to the left. DeVito looking that way. Throws overhead through the hands of Bowman. And then Aaron Scales. He's had 5 opportunities for interceptions, and he's down. He's doing a bunch of push-ups. I'm counting, and he's at 14, 15. I think because he knows he should have 15
had that,
picks.
yeah.
Yikes. It's been so close on a lot of occasions. And the Shelby punt unit will go ahead and trot out onto the field. Another 4th down and 3rd and longs for Shelby has been just an absolute. They've had very few big gains on 1st and 2nd down to help them kind of offset the aggressive nature here of this Glenville defense. As we get a good punt, it's overhead. Jalen Edwards lets it hop. Now he takes it, backtracking, throws a stiff arm and finding some room here near side. Gets a block. Edwards into open field. He might take this the distance, but won't. Bryce Samsel able to get back into the picture, but not until he trots inside of the 9-yard line. Special teams has been just that here today for the Tarblooders.
And he let that bounce backwards, almost tried to catch it at first, took it on the bounce, got a block, got the corner again, and just took off. I mean, avoids one tackler, avoids a second tackler. It's the tackling of Shelby on special teams not been there today.
Fantastic return down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal coming up here for Glenville. And it appears the day for Arvell Nelson is done. They've got a new quarterback in, a freshman, Chase Youngblood. Or do they? Looks like
they had added another play, only had 10 out there.
First snap for the freshman, and I think it's going to come after a false start. It will, so another penalty here for Glenville. That's the only thing that they've really not done well today. They've hurt themselves a bunch with flags to the tune of, what are we at now?
14 for 140, that's going to be, or 15 for 145, either or. But they were running it down, pretty much down to 0. With the delay of the game, the clock still runs. So these number 2s out here getting some experience in a state championship game, and now another stoppage.
Referees are going to say that it is an equipment problem, as they will send DeAndre Shepard over to the sideline, another freshman.
He's got something on his belt, like a loose belt, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't have his belt strapped. It almost looked like he was trying to play flag football.
They do now have the national championships right behind us here in Canton. Also, they'll have the state championships. That is an OHSAA-sanctioned sport starting this spring.
Shout out to the ladies. Getting to play the pigskin. They'll hand it off here. Then another big hole. How about it? Left side, Uriah Weber. He's a senior, but he carries it into the zone. I thought he was going to be stopped. He kept going. Nobody was able to bring him to the ground. And he pushes his way into the end zone. Tarblooders Nation. Not a ton of them here in attendance, but they have got quite a show. What a run here.
Wow.
Ran through 3 or 4 Whippet defenders near the goal line and takes it in, pushing the cushion out to 44-7.
6 different running back into the game now, and the 5th running back with a long of over 10 yards rushing.
Everybody's been in on the action on the ground game here.
It's a 37-0 run since Shelby, with that little trickery, tied things up way back at the beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah, seems so long ago. Almost 300 yards rushing now for the Tarblooders on the game. And they will add on the PAT from the right foot of Lemon, 45-7. Now the score. Show you the scene. I mean, these young men.
It is funny, the Shelby side, despite the fans leaving,
crushing,
still tripling the side of Cleveland Glenville's fans.
Yeah, you can't really see the.
It's a 40-minute drive to Cleveland. And mostly, I actually see varsity jackets from other teams over there. Like,
yeah, not trying to be haters here on the Glenville side, but we're just saying.
I'm like, you could have come out, support. You would have been able to watch one heck of a football game for your squad.
I did get to have a kind of a carpool situation this morning with a Whippets fan. That when I was leaving Mansfield, they honked at me, they waved their little rally towels, and then we kind of sped our way up here. So a little bit fast. So whoever you are, you pack of girls that made it up here, we made some great time. Too bad it hasn't been that great of a time cheering for Shelby here today. We'll see if they can get something, anything, a kind of spark in the last minute. Off the return, it's taken Branson Reed. 5'9" junior spun down at the 25-yard line. Shelby likely gets one last snap. We'll see if they allow it to be DeVito, the final play of his career. It will be Brayden in the offense. They will have to snap it one more time.
They won't.
They don't. Yeah, they're keeping the play clock held up at 40. Has not started yet. So I think they will just let the clock melt away. Final 25 seconds. And that is going to be the case.
Great season nonetheless for the Whippets. Finishing only one loss in the state championship game. First ever appearance. They're going to go home with some hardware as state runners-up.
But these are your state champions in Division 4, the Tarblooders of Cleveland Glenville. Fantastic 50 projected them before the playoffs started to be the state champions, projected that they would face the Shelby Whippets, the #1 team in the state. It has all come to fruition for these young men right here. Extraordinary performance and a heck of a season for the Whippets, suffering their first defeat of the year. They finish up the campaign at 14-1 overall. A lot of records broken and just some great kids overall. Fantastic community. They are going to miss this senior class, the most successful that they have had. A lot of wins over these last few years. Several MOAC championships. A regional title now to show for it in the program's first ever state championship game appearance. They just don't have the goods to get it done against a team loaded like Cleveland Glenville with their 11 players that have been getting looks at the next level. Shelby, though, will dismiss a couple that will continue their playing careers at the college ranks. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back. We will have the trophy presentation. The MVP, actually, it goes down in a tunnel somewhere, so we're going to have to post that later on, but we will have your final stats. Travis and I will give you our opinions. We'll preview tomorrow's state championship game. Division 7 will be here. St. Henry taking on Hillsdale, and we'll have more on this one as well. Keep it locked in. Live and free post-game coverage presented by Hamilton Insurance Group. We'll be back in just about a minute.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. At Pioneer, you'll gain real-world skills, hands-on training, and college credits, all while preparing for the jobs of tomorrow. Pioneer, preparing today's students for tomorrow's opportunities. Discover your future at Pioneer.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain train heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local trained comfort specialist.
Searching for stationery that feels personal? Make it truly inspired. From custom wedding invitations and greeting cards to business stationery and gifts, every design from Truly Inspired Paper Company is handcrafted in Ohio. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, saying thanks, or sharing everyday joy, we make it easy to create something beautiful and memorable. Visit trulyinspiredpaperco.com and make every message truly inspired.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report.
We Welcome you back to Canton Hall of Fame Stadium, where this is the post-game show presented by Hamilton Insurance Group and the Shelby Whippets and their seniors about to receive the first ever state trophy presented by OHSAA Director Doug Ute out on the field, delivering a message here to the young men in the red uniforms who have played such a great season, so dominant throughout the course of the campaign. Just ran into an absolute buzzsaw. Most people's favorite to win the Division IV championship, a team that has been here 4 consecutive years. They have won it 3 out of the last 4. Upset last year by last year's state runner-up in Sandusky Perkins. But for Shelby, a lot to be excited about for what you've just accomplished. And I know that they're going to have a big party coming up 4:30 tonight. I think at the gym, everybody's going to meet up and just welcome this team back, open arms, really congratulate them at a season well done, Travis. A lot of memories to be had for Devito, Kessler, all the seniors, man. They've provided plenty of smiles, squirts as well. Like, we're going to miss these kids.
Oh, absolutely. One of the best. After last year's tough loss to Ontario in that regional, that they wanted to get back here. They had all the pieces to get back here. You and I even said last year that Mr. Devito is probably going to be at least the Northwest District's representative for Mr. Football, in which he was, and him, Carter Kessler, like I said, Brady Bowman, the defense that they have. Gwirtz had a phenomenal game here today with all the tackles he had. Still, you're the first to make it to a state championship game. That's something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Yes, the outcome is nothing that you wanted, but you still made it to the last day of the season here in Division IV. You just went up against a juggernaut. It has the feeling of that Hillsdale game last year, going up against just a college team, pretty much, and they're still going home with a trophy that it's going to go nice in that trophy case right outside the football gym, the basketball gym, as I believe they have been presented with their trophy.
Now it's time for the state champions to be recognized from Cleveland Glenville. Just an extraordinary season for them. We talked about they had the hardest strengths of schedule in Division IV, period, and that goes along with winning their league, which was not a very talented league. However, when you step outside, when you play the likes of the Hobans and the Avons and the Maslins and the St. Eds, you figure out what you have. And what they discovered is that this was a team that can compete with anybody in the state, including the #1 team in Division IV in the Shelby Whippets. And they handled them aggressively here today.
Yeah. That's why Fantastic 50 and the others said that this is a team that's probably going to win a state championship. A little adversity. They had to hold off Mr. Football last week. They did. They lost by 3 points. I think that the Hoban, a team that won a state championship not so long ago, they lost by 2 scores to Avon, who won last night. They lost by 2 scores to St. Edwards, who was also deep into the postseason this year, all in Division I and Division II. And then, it just gets easier once you get back down to your own division after playing those great teams.
Yeah, a couple of tests so far throughout their tournament journey. Shelby did not get tested whatsoever, flattening the competition on their way here to Canton. However, it's the Tarblooders and this gang of gentlemen. An awesome game plan, even better execution. The athletes certainly shined here today, and it was more than just the big guys up front. They made big plays when they needed to. Solid third down conversions, but defensively, they hold Shelby to negative yardage in the second half. Brayden Devito had 0, count it, 0 pass completions over the last 2 quarters of play. my brain can't even really comprehend that that's a possibility for a kid that we saw look like Superman night in, night out. As we'll show you the final stats. And Shelby going to finish with just 26 total yards here today.
Yeah.
38 pass yards in the first half. Just talking
Most
about the
on
fact
that one play.
That was it.
To Bowman to set up, their lone touchdown. But I just could not get past the defensive line and offensive line of the Tarblooders. And then they just throw out any running back that they have. Could get you 10, 15 yards on a carry, too. It was a perfect storm for the Tarblooders as the MVP, the game MVP, is going to go to Phillips, who finishes 13 carries, 136 yards. No touchdowns, but he set up most of his team's touchdowns.
Yeah, he was dominant. Lost due to injury for a little while. He came back. He was strong and really just carried the offense a lot of different times here today. And, boy, just what a performance. We keep talking about it, but it just – the Tarblooders and the amount of athletes they have, and when you see them up close, you think to yourself, how is another team going to compete? That was kind of the mindset that we had coming up here into the booth and some of the other local media, and we were right. You couldn't, you can't. This is a team that was destined for a Division IV state championship, and they get it done in pretty convincing fashion here today. Running clock victory over Shelby.
Yeah.
And they're losing quite a few guys that are going to be playing at the next level. Obviously, a couple of Buckeyes, several players are going to be moving on to Bowling Green State and some other places. But, boy, do they look like they're going to be loaded again next year as well, Travis.
As always. I mean,
never ends, does it?
they never have the cover bare up there at Glenville with Ted Ginn Sr., and they just keep reworking some of these newer players in there, and they just keep being successful year after year. For Shelby, the question is, you're losing a couple of the best players they've ever seen.
Your all-time great. You
Yes.
can say that. Brayden Devito is the best player to ever put on a football jersey. 4-year starter at quarterback, a dominant defensive back as well this year. So there's a lot more question marks and plenty big holes to fill. Huge shoes, of course, going to be left by Brayden Devito. Mahaney, John Amicone, the coaching staff, we feel like they're going to be able to retool, figure it out when it's all said and done. But your state runners-up this year, just they're going to need to figure some things out over the summer, probably getting into the weight room over the winter and just determining who's who and who's going to fill what roles.
Yeah, it's just, right back at it. These guys that are returning, get right back into the weight room if you're not playing basketball, but, that's it. And that'll do it for our coverage, too.
Just that I didn't want to totally cover that up. Just trying to have that as an overlay for you guys. Am I not allowed to do that?
Who knows? No.
Nope. All right, guys, we're gonna go to black. That way we can thank everybody that was a part of the game here today. Me, Travis, we had Caden Schmidt down on the sideline. So all the highlights that you're going to see later, I'm going to put our audio with all the highlights. Those were filmed by that gentleman. And we've got a youngster named Soya Barnhart who is taking pictures for us for all the state championship games with the exception of the D5. I'm going to be posting those as well. Consume those, download them, love them, keep them for yourself, whatever you want to do with those. And shout out to OHSA taking care of us, setting us up here in the booth for this Division IV championship game, which we could not show to you live and free because I got to pay my people, man, to come out here. So a big thank you to Pioneer Career and Technology Center, Truly Inspired, Buckeye Horizon, SMIA, Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, ArcelorMittal, Simonson Construction, and Hamilton Insurance Group. For all of our amazing sponsors and my staff here at the OH Report and everybody back at World Headquarters, thanks for tuning in. We will have more coverage of the state championships coming up here throughout the weekend, including tomorrow. Travis and I back on the call for the D7 game, Hillsdale versus St. Henry. But for now, for this afternoon from Canton, we are out of here. So long, everyone.